Hey folks, welcome along to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway for this, the last meeting of the season for the guys at Beachlands, but also a very important meeting for Streetstocks. It's one of the biggest meetings of the season for Streetstocks here in New Zealand, and of course we're at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway for the 2024 Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. Pretty simple format for these guys. Obviously we have a local driver, 16 local drivers. They get paired up with 16 visiting drivers, and the idea is to try and accumulate points as a pair to do the best you possibly can. But on top of that, they also pair them with a youth saloon driver as well. And what's good about that is the drivers then get to know the youth saloon driver, and the youth saloon driver can also learn a little bit of a few tricks, so to speak, when it comes to how they race and how they set up the cars and how they do their bits and pieces. So 2 action-packed nights, and we start off tonight at about 5 p.m. I just see they've got the grand parade sort of floating around for the youngsters at the moment, and very shortly we'll see the first race come out, and then we'll see a time trial for the Streetstocks to be able to see where they're going to start off in the first race. And of course, where their partner starts is where they will start, so right beside them. So, and then of course the time trials would distinguish where they're going to start on the grid, both those pairings. So it's going to be an awesome night of racing. I'm not sure if Daryl's up on the commentary box, but talking about Streeties, of course, he'll be looking forward to this meeting as well. He's had a bit of a play around with Central Motor Speedway last weekend. Of course, he was doing the Easter meeting there. He hasn't had much of a break. But Daryl, are you floating around, or what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Just up here at the moment, watching these cars cruise around out on track here, and just taking in the atmosphere, which is really starting to build here. It's always one of those meetings, and I know yourself and me and your crew, we've done this meeting for the last 3 or 4 years, and it's one of the ways I love signing the season off with this meeting, because it's just such a good meeting and such a good feeling here. So tell you what, the pits is absolute hive of activity down there, and we're going to be in for an absolute action-packed weekend. Should be cool. Well,
I was going to go around and interview some guys, but they're about to jump on their cars and come out, so we'll probably do the interviews throughout the night. But of course, you'll be in the commentary box tonight, Darryl. You just about be looking forward to winding down for the season. She's been a pretty long one for you. I think there's a couple of episodes there where you commentated for about 3 or 4 days in a row, huh?
Yeah, over that Christmas break there, I think it was 5 meetings in 6 days. So, yeah, a couple of days here, Riverside next weekend. And, of course, Cromwell went and added an extra meeting on the 27th, and that'll bring the curtain down on a season. And I'll be, just like you, Jace, looking forward to putting the feet up.
Absolutely. Of course, we've got a good support classes tonight. We've got the production saloons that are here. Obviously, saloons are here as well. And I do see youth saloons are there. And, of course, tomorrow night we've got the bit of an advantage too. The old 6-shooters have been caught up at late notice. Daryl, and of course, I think we've managed to get a field of 8 or 9 of them, which always be fantastic watching here at this Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway circuit, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I've never actually seen 6-shooters here at Beachlands Speedway, so looking forward to seeing that there tomorrow night. And we're meant to have supers, but supers, of course, they couldn't pull a field together, so looking forward to seeing the 6-shooters on track here tomorrow night. Certainly a grade that has grown a lot in the south. Obviously Riverside have a heap of them now. Central Motor Speedway have a heap of them. So going to be really, really cool to see them here tomorrow night battling it out.
Righto, well, we're going to sort of kind of hand it over to you now, because I can just see that these guys are starting to make their way out onto the track now. So good luck for your commentary tonight, and I'm sure you'll be on form as per usual, but I'll be in the background there just taking the piss out of you a wee bit, fella. Eh?
Excellent, I wouldn't expect any less.
Now just remember, folks, Daryl will actually be a part of the celebrity race which is coming up, which is brought to us by I Am Hope tomorrow, and Daryl somehow has become a celebrity in that particular deal, which I'm looking forward to watching that. I was sort of kidding around a wee bit during the week and saying I wouldn't mind putting some rollover money on him, but I don't think I can really do that, because I've heard you using Matt Stewart's car, and of course you don't want to ruin his chances of perhaps doing something for the Battle of the Streetstocks, do you? Yeah,
mate, that big beast that's behind you at the moment, I'll be behind the wheel of that there, so looking forward to it. It is no contact, and they didn't waste any time at all going to the big guns and getting the celebs in, and I think I was first on their list. So,
righto, you have a good night, and no doubt we'll catch up over the course of the evening, mate. See ya.
Alrighty, folks, welcome along here to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, and as I just mentioned to Jason a moment ago, probably one of my favourite meetings to commentate. It's always a great couple of nights here, and of course just before we went live on Pits Media there, because obviously we are live streaming tonight, so a big welcome to everybody sitting at home who has grabbed the stream. Great to have you with us, and great to have the team from the pits here at Beachlands Speedway, but of course all you folk out in the crowd there as well. Good to see you here on your Friday evening, ready to take in 2 nights of action. So, of course, before things kicked off tonight here, we've seen the successful Beachlands Young Gun Production Saloon team come out on track. They won that last weekend at Central Motor Speedway, so massive congratulations to that team. The first time in a number of years that they've actually won it, and they were dominant. They really were, so congratulations to that team. Battle of the Streetstocks. Absolutely cool scenarios fold out basically. As Jason mentioned, you've got your local drivers. I mean, Dunedin's got some of the best, well, they do have the best street stock driver, Alan Finch, who was just on screen there a minute ago. Best street stock driver in the country. So you get those guys, great drivers here out of Beachlands, teaming up with 16 visiting drivers as well as 16 youth saloon cars. So it's a cool scenario, it really is. And it leads to a lot of very, very interesting battles on track as the weekend unfolds. So you get cars that aren't doing so well on the Friday night that come out and really upset the apple cart on the Saturday night. It's such a really, really cool sort of scenario. Somebody asked me the other day when was the last time that I actually did race Speedway, and it was about 28 years ago, and I was actually racing against Mark Newell, so he's been around for a season or two. He's out there, car number 96. Car number 8 on track as well from Riverside Speedway, Glenn Edwards, his first season back behind the wheel. Of course, he was a stock car driver back in the 90s, so good to see him back on board. And also out on track, car number 74, Andrew Hutton. That makes up your field of saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. They power down to turns 1 and 2. Aaron Andrews trying to find a way up the middle there. Mark Newell following through, so a nice start from 2 or 3 rows back for both Andrews and Newell. Dobson, though, he leads this one here. Powers down the main straight. That Hypermac Corvette of his. An early lead in this one here, but watch for Aaron Andrews to chip away at this one. Darren McLeod washes up coming out of turn number 2, goes right out to the wall there on the outside of Paul McDonald Earth moving corner, down to Lammermoor Station corner now. Through comes Dobson, 1.2 seconds ahead at the moment of Aaron Andrews, but you can see Andrews starting to close that gap. Smith now with a move right up the inside there of Mark Newell, down into turns 3 and 4. And it's the 24 of Darren McLeod. He loops it between 3 and 4, manages to get back out on track though, so will remain green. And a change for the lead in this one here now as well. So we've got Aaron Andrews has managed to get past Mark Dobson, so that obviously happened while I was busy watching Darren McLeod. And also a change for 3rd place. Travis Smith now managed to get past Mark Newell. So you can see there Aaron Andrews punching out some pretty handy lap times. Last time around a 17.3 versus an 18.4 over Dobson. So he took a second out of Mark Dobson. Onto the main straight once more. Through comes Andrews. Dobson tucks in behind him. Then we go back to Smith. Mark Newell, he's in 4th at the moment. Car number 21, Calvin Todd sneaks through. Then we've got Edwards. Finley up ahead of him. Then Hutton. Then Darren McLeod, of course, trying to recover from that earlier spin. And then, of course, we go back to the race leader, Aaron Andrews. So Andrews powers out of 2, down the back straight here. Dobson still giving chase at the moment, so the 2 Hypermax at the front end of the field. Smith doing a nice job as well. Then we've got the Venona chassis of Mark Newell chasing hard. He's about 3.8 seconds behind the leader at the moment, so a bit of lap traffic now for Aaron Andrews. Pretty much needs to contend with these guys here pretty smartly, or Dobson will get up to him. Newell starting to put a wee bit of pressure on the back of Smith. Down the back straight we go. Edwards ducks down the inside of Finley, so a nice move there. Then we go back to Hutton, McLeod. White flag about to come out. Andrews on the outside. You can see Dobson right there. Smith not out of the equation either. Nose to tail through turns 1 and 2. This is where it can get a little bit nervous. You've just seen Mark Dobson went to have a shot up the inside of Finley and Hutton, but they closed the door. But on the main straight, it's going to be Aaron Andrews who'll take this one here out. Dobson home in 2nd place, car number 51, followed by Travis Smith, car number 8 from Beachlands Speedway in 3rd place. So a nice drive there by Aaron Andrews. He takes this one here out. Dobson in 2nd place, Travis Smith in 3rd, Mark Newell in 4th, Calvin Todd in 5th place, and we go back to Eddie Edwards, car number 8 in 6th place, Darren McLeod 7th, Andrew Hutton in 8th, and Brody Finley rounds up your field. Fastest lap of the race, a 16.744, punched out by Mark Newell. So that is race number 1 of the evening, done and dusted here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Victorious is the man Aaron Andrews. He gets out on track to do his celebration lap. Folks, just having a bit of a rundown here just on what happens with the Battle of the Streetstocks. So pretty much as we mentioned before, this is the time trial. This dictates where a combination will start on the grid. So pretty much a local driver and an out-of-towner. They will start, if you're a combination, you start side by side in each race. So in the first race, the local drivers will start on the inside, so on the inside of the track, the home driver on the outside, and that alternates through the heats. So pretty much the cars out on track at the moment, that would have been decided by the two drivers in the team, who they were actually going to send out there and run the fastest lap. So that would have been interesting conversations between some of the drivers. They would have thought they were quicker perhaps than the driver that they were lined up with, but it's all about punching out the quickest lap in this one here. Car number 27 out there, of course, Paul Leslie from Woodford Glen Speedway in Christchurch. He's always one of these cars that you just don't take your eyes off in the battle of the street stocks. I know the last 2 or 3 seasons he's created a lot of attention, but he's always caused a lot of attention as well. So looking forward to seeing him here this afternoon. Of course, he's got Steve Soper there, the 3NZ, also very, very good driver here at the battle of the street stocks. Car number 46, Sean Andrew, the 1NZ, of course, Alan Finch out on track. No surprise to see him out there in that combination. Car number 18 is Cody Finch, the 92, Jaden Cron. 23, one of the visiting drivers, Dwayne Kennett from Christchurch. 77, Brian Nicolau from Beachlands Speedway here in Dunedin. Just waiting for these other cars to come on past the control tower here at the moment. Car number 732. That there is Jake Barr, one of the Dunedin drivers, but he's actually classed this weekend as an out-of-towner, so he's teamed up with a local driver. Car number 345, an absolute weapon on his home track. That there is Ben Jenkins. Car number 88 out on track, Caleb Marshall. Of course, this will be his first battle of the street stocks. He came out of Saloon driving here last season. Ryan Musgrove, car number 9, the wagon just going around the Paul McDonald earth moving corner. Car number 11, Kerry Campbell, another Dunedin driver who was actually an away driver this weekend. Car number 417 also out on track. That there is Clint Gillies. Car number 39, Bailey Gillum. That is your field of cars out here. This is time trials, folks, for the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Street Stocks. So Campbell, of course, we mentioned before, it's been about 18 months since Campbell got out on track. That's Kerry Campbell, car number 11. That car was at So Alan Finch, fastest man out on track at the moment. Jaden Cron punching out not a bad time as well. He's currently second fastest on track, young Jaden Cron. Of course, he came out of Saloon driving last year as well. Finch currently the third fastest man. Then Leslie out of Christchurch, car number 27. So of course it'll take 2 or 3 laps for these cars just to get the feel of things here. We did see in the Saloon race a little bit greasy out there, but the lap times will soon count down. So it's still Finch, the fastest man on track with a 21.254. Jaden Cron still holding second, so pretty impressed with that time from Jaden Cron in this one here early. Ben Jenkins now goes to the top with a 21.086, so a nice lap there by Ben Jenkins. He's teamed up with Brian Shaw from Nelson. So we've got the top 3 at the moment, Jenkins, Finch and Cron. No change there whatsoever. The fastest lap, a 21.086. Soper right on the bubble of the top 10 there. He's just behind Jones and Leslie at the moment, those two Canterbury Cobras. 3 laps to go here. Custom Signs, Beachlands Speedway, Battle of the Street Stock Time Trial. And Musgrove now, he's gone up to second place, car number 9 with a 21.142. But Jenkins, still the fastest car on track. Couple of laps to run here in this time trial. Jenkins, Musgrove, Finch, Cron. That's the top 4 at the moment. No change at the top whatsoever. Thought these Christchurch cars may well have got up there at that top of the order, but at the moment the top Christchurch car is actually down in 9th place, which is Leslie, car number 27. So Jenkins, Musgrove, Finch. No change in the top three there whatsoever. Cron, he's gone to the infield, but he's managed to punch out the 4th. Fastest lap time as the checkered flag drops here. So of course this will determine the starting grid for the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. And it's going to be 3, 4, 5. Ben Jenkins, the fastest man on track. Car number 9, Ryan Musgrove in 2nd place. Then the 1NZ of Alan Finch. Jaden Cron will start from 4th on the grid. A very, very good, respectable time from Cron. Then we go back to Finch in car 18. Sean Andrew in 6th, car 46. Steve Soapy, a 3NZ, down in 7th. Kerry Campbell, car number 11, in 8th. Brian Nicolau in the 77 and 9th. And Paul Leslie, car number 27, rounds up your top 10. Mike Jones, car 29, 11th. Clint Gillies, car number 417 and 12th. Bailey Gillum in car 39, 13th. Dwayne Kennett, car number 23, 14th. Caleb Marshall, car 88 in 15th. And Jake Barr, car number 732, will start at the back of the grid. So Ben Jenkins puts his car on pole. Of course, as we mentioned before, he is teamed up with Brian Shaw, car number 57. And of course, their junior counterpart, Hunter Glover, car number 89. So, of course, that's just the grid position for the first race. That shuffles throughout the weekend. But that's where you want to be in that first one there. You want to be able to get out in front, get a bit of clear air, and bank points early. But of course, being Streetstocks, it also puts out a little bit of a target on your back as well. So that is the time trials, folks, for the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. Coming up next, of course, Production Saloons coming out on track. Pretty big field of Production Saloons as well. Niall Brooklyn on the outside. He sets the pace. Lucy Greer on the inside. Lucy's actually his granddaughter, so real family affair. And of course, Aaron Brooklyn, Niall's son, and Lucy's uncle. So the Brooklyns, the Greers, real family affair as we go green. Niall Brooklyn leads him down into turns 1 and 2. Thought Lucy might have given Grandad a bit of a nudge going down there, but she let him through. Cam Bauer chasing hard at the moment though. He's in 2nd place. Then we go back to Lucy Greer with Aaron Brooklyn on the outside, trying to find a way through. But it's the Subway Balclutha sponsored machine of Niall Brooklyn who leads this one here. In fact, we've gone yellow. That there will be for Johnson, car number 23, Maya Johnson. Just spinning down there in turn number 2. So they'll rejoin nose to tail. Johnson will go to the tail of the field. Don't know whether or not she might have got a helping hand around there, or whether or not she just did that off for her own accord. She knows that she needs to go to the back of the field, so I'm guessing that she knows that it was most likely her own doing. So they're all lining up side by side, but I'm pretty sure they actually completed a lap, but looks like they've gone back to the original starting positions. Brooklyn on the outside, Lucy Greer on the inside. Maya Johnson to the back of the field there. So Greer, she'll be on the inside here. She'll be looking for the big jump start on Niall Brooklyn. Max Fleet, car number 61. First season on in the adult classes here. Of course, a former youth saloon driver. Ready for a restart, Production Saloons. Fleet tried to have a bit of a look down the inside, couldn't get it done. Niall Brooklyn leads him down to 1 and 2. Cam Bauer attacking hard on the outside. Not such a good start this time around for Aaron Brooklyn. He's fallen down a couple of spots here. But Ricky Pilley, he's working his way through at the moment. He's in 4th place, just ahead of Fleet. But Niall Brooklyn leads him down the main straight. Ricky Pilley on the outside of Cam Bauer. Oh, a lot of smoke coming out of someone's car down the main straight here at the moment. That's Aaron Brooklyn's car. That's the one that we said at the start had fallen back a long way. He's going to park up down there at the Paul McDonald earth moving corner. And this will be another restart in this one here. You can actually smell from the control tower the burnt oil from car number 33. So Brooklyn, he came down the main straight. There was a bit of a puff of smoke coming out of turn number 4, and then there was an absolute cloud of smoke down the back straight. So Aaron Brooklyn's machine, car number 33, has really let go in a big way. No wonder I could smell smoke when I seen the replay there, because it really dropped its guts just as it was coming past. So lights appear to be out, set for a race restart here. Second restart for Production Saloon tonight. Niall Brooklyn, who'll lead them down to turns 1 and 2. Ricky Pilley with a big look up the inside of Cam Bauer, but Bauer certainly not wanting to give that second position away at the moment. Brooklyn to be hoping these two cars can battle for the next 2 or 3 laps just to give them a wee bit of a buffer, but they're all over the back of him here at the moment. They come out of Lammermoor Station corner onto the main straight. Pilley's managed to shake off Bauer. He's up to second place. Then we go back to Greer, Fleet, Laura Heads, Tyler Kalk on her outside, Daniel Tom on the inside. Pilley now with a big move on the outside in turns number 3 and 4. Cam Bauer, he gets a big tank slapper going on, but there's a drag race on the main straight here between Brooklyn and Pilley. Brooklyn not giving an inch here at the moment. He needs to drive that defensive line, which at the moment is about a car length off the pole line, making Pilley have to really work for it. You've seen Pilley almost up on 2 wheels going around turns 3 and 4. Bit of a rut there, but he may have the overlap down here unless Brooklyn can get the nose up the inside, which he can't do. So Pilley with a nice move around the outside of the race leader, Niall Brooklyn. So Pilley also the fastest man on track at the moment, a 19.861, and now your race leader. Bauer's starting to fade back a little bit at the moment. He's in 3rd place. Greer in 4th. Then we go back to Fleet. The 64 of Laura Head. She's doing a good job at the moment of holding off Tyler Kalk and Daniel Tom. Then we go back to Alina Johnson, but your race leader now starting to work his way through lap traffic. Manages to get past Maya Johnson. He's got the 16 of Josh Dowden down on his inside at the moment, but he's gone right out against the wall, gives himself plenty of room. Tucks in behind Charles Haight, car number 72, that Mazda RX-8. You can hear it every time it buzzes past the control tower. Niall Brooklyn just needs to be careful here. He's got himself trapped behind Tom. Needs to be able to clear him because Cam Bauer is about a car length away from that second place car at the moment. Brooklyn did have a bit of a buffer before. Brian Wilson, car number 7, sits down on the pole line. And Bauer's managed to get past Niall Brooklyn, so Brooklyn got caught up, as I mentioned before, in that lap traffic. And it's hurt him. He's dropped back to 3rd place. Lucy Greer chasing him hard at the moment. White flag comes out. 1 lap to go for Ricky Pilley, your race leader. Through comes Bauer. Brooklyn. Greer. Then we've got Tom. He's chasing hard now as well. He's putting pressure on Lucy Greer. In fact, he's gone right up the inside there of Lucy Greer. But here comes your race winner, car number 94. Ricky Pilley takes this one here out with ease. A massive margin over Cam Bauer in 2nd place. And Niall Brooklyn gets the job done. Car number 55 home in a 3rd. A well-driven race there by Ricky Pilley. Takes this one here out 6.5 seconds. The gap back to Cam Bauer. Niall Brooklyn in 3rd place. Daniel Tom, a nice stride by Tom, getting himself up to 4th ahead of Lucy Greer. Laura Heads in 6th place. Max Fleet dropped down the order slightly to 7th. Alina Johnson in 8th. Tyler Kalk 9th. Rounding up your top 10, Hayden Skilling, car number 85. Then we go back to the 26 of Mike Holly in 11th. Tristan Bilmore in 12th. Mark Hoare in 13th, Charles Hayde 14th, Brian Wilson in 15th, Josh Dowden 16th, Maya Johnson in 17th, and of course Aaron Brooklyn with that pretty impressive blow up coming down the main straight here. He will head back down, and I'd imagine he will spend the rest of tonight a spectator here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Coming up next, folks, just having a wee look out the back of the commentary box here. We got some very, very cool looking classic street stocks.
You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
If motorsport is in your blood, then Speedway Garage Palmerston North and Wanganui is your home away from home. From Speedway trivia nights, car reveals and good dirt track banter, along with great food that has our famous steaks, roast of the day and classic pub meals, Speedway Garage is the place to be. We look forward to hosting you at one of our two locations, 528 Main Street Palmerston North or 45 Anzac Parade Wanganui. Don't forget to check out the Pits TV Garden Bar. See you at the finish line.
Alrighty folks, welcome back to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Classic street stocks out on track, even a classic production saloon out there as well. Gary Cuffin car number 19. Isn't it great to see some of these cars from yesteryear, I guess you could call them, out here doing their thing. They are the cars that obviously made street stocks what they are, so very, very cool to see these machines out on track. Car number 71, Alistair Finch. 661, Russell Stewart. Pretty sure Zane Tahuda's behind the wheel of the 37 machine. Don't have a name for 69, but that may well be Graham McKernan, perhaps behind the wheel of that there. And Aaron Borthwick behind the wheel of car number 81. So not just some classic cars, certainly some classic names of drivers from over the years out on track as well. So of course it's classic street stocks. It's meant to be a bit of non-contact, but I do remember this meeting last year. There was a bit of tap and spin going on and all sorts of fun. As we go green here with the classic street stocks. Gary Cuff leads him down into turns 1 and 2. The Paul McDonald earth moving corner. XF Falconer, his powers out of there nicely. The 71 of Alistair Finch tucked in behind him. Then we go back to Russell Stewart. He certainly cut a million laps here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Then back to car number 69. We will try and find out a name of that driver. I do think though that it could well be McKernan behind the wheel of that machine. Then the 81 of Aaron Borthwick. And of course Zane Tahuda, car number 37. I tell you what, when Arnie's behind the wheel of that 37 machine and he's got the pedal to the metal, that thing there absolutely sinks. So Tahuda's just pulled down to the inside of the pole line there, down the back straight. So Finch giving chase at the moment on Cuff. Russell Stewart not too far off the pace here now as well. He's in third place. He's starting to look interested as well, car number 661. Cabot Otago, panel van there of Alistair Finch. Just hitting those couple of ruts that are starting to develop down there in turn number 4. Finch on the inside of Cuff. Can he hold it there and sneak on through? Down the back straight we go. Borthwick now, he goes to the infield, so he's out of this one. Tahuta's back out on track though in car number 37. Starting to give it the jandle. Down the main straight we go though, it's Cuff in the Black Beauty Falcon. Finch still looking on the inside. He can't quite get a nose up there to make the pass. Then we go back to Stewart, McKernan, Tahuta. That's your race order at the moment. Aaron Borthwick's, it looks like car number 81 is actually on fire. You can tell that by how fast Aaron Borthwick got out. So he bailed out of that one there pretty smartly. So still Finch. He's on the outside down the back straight, so it looks like we are going to go red just while the fire crew do attend with car number 81, which of course was Borthwick. So fire crew down there pretty smartly to sort that out. All Borthwick can do is park up on the fence down there and look on. But of course, yeah, our classic street stock starting to see a few more of them on a couple of Facebook pages. There's a very, very cool classic street stock Facebook page with a lot of very, very cool cars from years gone by on that. So if you don't follow it, go and have a look. Some very, very cool stuff there. A lot of boys that love their Mopars would love that page because there's some pretty cool Valiants on there that were very competitive back in the day. Green flag drops. It's almost like Cuff hesitated coming out of turn number 3, which has made Finch a little bit more interested to duck down the inside. So Alistair Finch, can he get the job done here? Of course, he's in the panel van. On the outside of him is the production saloon there of Cuff, sorry. Car number 19, they're side by side through 3 and 4. McKernan comes through. Here comes Tahuta. So Finch has managed to get the job done. Lap traffic just up in front of them. So once again, they're going to have to contend with those lap cars. Should be able to do so relatively easy. McKernan comes down to the inside line. Here comes Cuff now with a big look on the outside of Finch. They're side by side with Tahuta up in front of them and the white flag awaiting them here on the main straight. Tahuta goes out wide. Finch sneaks through. So does Cuff. Stewart holding third place at the moment. He's at a mortgage on that spot for the entire race. One more corner to go, and it's going to be the 71 of Alistair Finch who'll take this one here out. The first race of the weekend for the classic street stocks. Gary Cup home in second place ahead of the 661 of Russell Stewart.
Fingers stained with blood, been grasping all day, losing my touch with reality, driving all day, searching all night, can't seem to focus this double sight. This is a tale sworn in a sight.
Well, folks, welcome back to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. The Mulford Holdings Youth Saloon's out on track, and of course, the youth drivers every bit as involved as the senior drivers here this weekend, as they are all part, of course, of the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Street Stock. So, of course, the Street Stock drivers that some of these drivers are grouped up with, they would have been down there making sure these guys and girls were all good, giving them a few sort of tips, because, of course, there is trophies available for the points that are scored, not just for the Battle of the Street Stocks, but also the youth saloons. So a good bunch of youth saloons this season as well. I tell you what, the numbers here and at Riverside Speedway and youth saloons, absolutely amazing. I think both tracks now contracting over, over 20 drivers. So very, very cool to see. It's a grade with massive growth down here in the south, and of course it is the cheapest form of motorsport that you can do, and very, very cool. So if you've got kids out there aged between 12 to 16 years of age, and you want to get involved, do get hold of your local club and they'll point you in the right direction as far as how it goes, and how you can go Youth Saloon Racing. 941, that there is Riley Whip. Cool looking car, that one there, just that greeny sort of type colour. Car number 51, Brody Holly. Car number 21, that is Jasmine Todd. And 77, Ty Nicolau, a third generation Speedway racer. As we go green, Max Kemp off to an absolute flyer down there, right around the outside of them in the Paul McDonald Earth moving corner. So he's got to the lead in this one here pretty smartly. Robinson in second place. Then we go back to Caden Race, Richardson, Fox Miller getting absolutely swamped here at the moment. Green comes through. Then we've got Kiddo in behind Green. Nice start there by the 89. Hunter Glover and the 73. We've got a smoke coming out of the back of that. There's Ashley Bennett. Starting to clear itself now though. Maddie Stewart just sitting down on the pole line around turns 3 and 4. First season of racing for young Maddie. Does a good job just sitting down on that pole line, staying out of the way of the faster cars. Caden Race now with a big look up the inside of his clubmate Lockie Robinson. Robinson won't give an inch though. He goes around Lammermoor Station corner. Kate Howard, she's about to get a whole lot of company real fast. So's Riley Whip. So Kemp on the outside. Caden Race chasing hard. He's closed that gap at the front here to about a half a car length. Richardson looking racy as well. He's in 4th place. Picked himself up. In fact, he's in 3rd place. He picked himself up. The king of the coast last weekend up at Greymouth Speedway. As there's a change in the lead here. Caden Race right up the inside of Max Kemp. The 21 machine of Jasmine Todd just in front of them at the moment, trying to find a way around the outside of that lapped car. They managed to do so. So the lap traffic at the moment giving the leaders plenty of space. Another challenge for the lead here in this one as Isaiah Stretton goes to the infield. So Caden Race has handed the lead back over to Max Kemp. Oh, Kemp, he got caught on one of those ruts. So did Richardson down there around turn number 3. Just threw the car sideways, managed to hold on. Kiddo goes to the infield now as well. Heads and Holly on the back straight, trying to find a way down. Oh, there's all sorts of contact down there coming out of turn number 2. Caden Race is tangled up in that one there. He's on the outside of Dresden Constable, car number 24, trying to find his way through. So your race order would have been turned on its head after that incident there. So Richardson now, he's managed to get past the 49 of Caden Race. Max Kemp streaking out to a handy lead here now at the moment. Their lap cars between him and the car in 2nd place, which is Richardson, car number 53. Caden Race is right there. Then we've got Kai and Green. Green now up ahead of Lockie Robinson. Then we go back to Nicolau, car number 77. He's down a lap at the moment. Race leader powers onto the main straight, counting the laps down here. Goes around Paul McDonald Earth moving corner. Car number 89 now to the infield as well, so that's Hunter Glover. So 3 casualties early in this one here. Soper comes through, car 88. He's being chased by Max Kemp. Kemp, the race leader. He was challenged early in this one here. Race managed to get past him, but he fell back again. Then Race fell down the order, but he's now back up to 2nd place. White flag is out. 1 more lap to run. Bennett there come to a standstill almost on the main straight. Race on the Kemp on the outside of Bennett. She goes infield now as well, does Ashley Bennett. Cruz Soper just given a little bit of room there. There could be a change for the lead here as Kemp, he's come to a standstill coming out of turn number 3 and 4, and the race lead and race win goes away of Caden Race. Joshua Richardson home in 2nd place, and I'm pretty sure it's the 97 of Lockie Robinson in third place, as the man who led for the majority of this one here has limped all the way down the main straight here. Absolute heartbreaker there for young Max Kemp. Did an absolute stellar job in that one there, but now finds himself down the order. So Caden Race takes this one here out. Joshua Richardson in second place, Lockie Robinson in third ahead of Kyan Green. Max Kemp still awarded fifth place, so not all bad. Blake Fox Miller in sixth, then Cruz Soper in seventh. Brody Holly up in eighth place.
Slay 'em all, slay them all. You'll never celebrate. And I'll slay them all. Slay them all, slay them all, slay them all. You'll never steal a born from the ashes, 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 born from the. You can't suffocate my spirit, 'cause I'm the king of my own throne, king of my own throne, my own throne. You'll never see me fall. You'll never see me fall. Watch me.
Alrighty folks, welcome back to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway here in Dunedin. Beautiful night here in Otago, and we're only one race away, folks, from heat number one of the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. Looking forward to that there unfolding, whether or not. Good crowd in here for a Friday night. I'm impressed, folks, with everyone who's rocked up here tonight. So if you are trackside taking it all in, a big warm welcome. And of course, if you are sitting at home with the feet on the coffee table, watching the live stream courtesy of the Pits TV, a massive warm welcome. Just the three stock cars out on track for this one here. I have been told that we will see a few more stock cars tomorrow night, hopefully. So Bailey Mitchell, car number 78, 77, Paul Simon, and the 655, the Gordon Road Vehicle Services machine of Stephen Thompson. The Valley Motor Court official pace car goes in field with three wide here for the start of this one here. Stock cars at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Bailey Mitchell gets off to a good start. He was pretty quick last weekend at Central Motor Speedway until he got put up the wall there and caused a bit of damage to his car. So he races off here. Paul Simon in second place. Then Stephen Thompson. Thompson just paying a wee bit of attention to the back of Simon's car. Of course, Simon, a former New Zealand street stock champion. I heard a wee rumour, could only be a rumour, could be some truth in the matter as well, that he is looking at possibly making a street stock comeback next season. We'll wait and see what happens there. He gives Mitchell a bit of a tap down there, coming out of Paul McDonald earth moving corner, sends him down to the infield. So your race leader at the moment, Stephen Thompson, second last weekend at the Easter Champs Central Motor Speedway. He's now sitting, you can see he was just a little bit slow coming out of 1 and 2, so he's waiting on Paul Simon. He wants someone to have a bit of a dance with, you might say. Goes down through a Lammermoor station. Simon now tucks in behind him. Just the three cars, of course, so they'll be trying to put on a bit of entertainment here as Simon absolutely measures him up and drills him. Here comes Bailey Mitchell. He's back in the equation now as well. He's up into that second place and chasing Simon down the back straight. Down into turns number 3 and 4. It's still Paul Simon of the Rumours of Eternity sponsored machine that leads this one. Oh, Thompson into the side of Mitchell, sends Mitchell around. does very, very well to dance around that cone that was down there and not reverse himself into the concrete barriers. Certainly gave the officials down there and the pits media cameraman a bit of a shower though. So Simon leads this one here by a handy margin at the moment over Stephen Thompson. Then of course we go back to Bailey Mitchell, the man that we've seen get spun up on the main straight. Simon doesn't look like he's interested at all on waiting for Thompson. Thompson the chaser at this stage. Of course Thompson, a former commentator here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Very, very competitive karter back in his day as well. Did a wee bit of karting with him. And also a very, very good rally car driver as well. Just loves his motorsport in general. So Bailey Mitchell heading into turn number 3. He's in third place at the moment. Simon chasing him. He's your race leader. Lap starting to count down. Thompson starting to draw in to that lead that Simon has at the moment. He's just coasting out there at the moment. It's a casual Friday night cruise at the moment for Paul Simon as he comes down through turns 3 and 4. He's got Mitchell in front of him, who's third. He's got Thompson behind him, who just gives the wall a bit of a clout. I knew he gave the wall a clout because I felt the control tower shake. White flag out. One more lap to run. Race number 1 of the night for stock cars here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Simon will be happy just to tuck in behind Mitchell and take this one here out. Gives him a wee bit of Morse code on the way through, but he takes this one here out. Thompson in second place and Mitchell will settle for third. That is stock cars done and dusted here. Race number 1 at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Next though, folks, buckle up. Heat number 1, Battle of the Streetstocks, brought to you by Gillies Contracting.
But these thoughts won't let you go. They keep running back to you. I just want, just want, just want.
So there is car number 28 down there at the moment, 28 in. That's the machine we were talking about before. So Brian Shaw behind the wheel of that car. Ben Jenkins 3, 4, 5. Just lining up alongside him. Big shadow down there at the moment around turns number, we'll call it 3 and 4 because it is reverse direction. Beautiful sunshine down turns 1 and 2 at the Lammermoor Station corner. Certainly very, very impressed with the amount of people that have rolled up here tonight to take in the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks here in Dunedin. Tomorrow promises to be absolutely massive here. Talking to a few people in town today and they were asking, what are you doing in town? And said, I'm coming out here. Oh, so are we. We're bringing a car full of people out, so it's going to be absolutely packed out here tomorrow. So 4 o'clock start, folks, if you want to catch the action tomorrow. So car number 39, pretty sure that's Bailey Gillam, just stopped down there on the inside of turn number 1. So he's directing someone down there, possibly wanting a push to the infield. So he's actually teamed up with Corey Schumacher, car number 77 out of Christchurch. So of course he certainly will be hoping that his teammate can get back out on track there. You don't want to give away any points whatsoever in this one here. You need both cars out there. Certainly a brilliant sight as they come out of turn number 4. Of course, there'll be a few if you're sitting at home watching the pits media, do not take any notice of what they put up on the screen every now and then. A little bit of cheek goes up there. I've actually had a few messages come through in the last 20 minutes or so, because apparently my mug was all over 3 News as well, which I actually forgot about until such time as I started getting messages. Dunedin, sort your rat problem out, and then the camera won't have to stop me and ask me questions about your rats at Countdown. And then people won't have to message me while I'm commentating with videos of it. You do one piece for 3 News about the rats in Dunedin, and all of a sudden you're chucked into the celebrity race. So it looks like a concern down there for Gilliam car number 39. They certainly don't look to be in any sort of hurry to get him down onto the infield though, so not sure whether he's going to continue on in this one here or whether or not he will park up. Everybody sort of clearing the scene there. In fact, a tow truck looks like it may well be heading in behind it. So Gilliam giving away some early points in this one here. So car number 77, Corey Schumacher, off to a tough start in this one here. His partner goes to the infield. Steve Dryden out there, car number 33. Of course, as we mentioned a wee bit earlier on, Steve celebrating 50 years of Speedway this year. 50 years. Absolutely unbelievable. So pretty much won everything there is to win, but never been a New Zealand champion. Never had a 1, 2 or 3 on his door. 5 times, 4 NZ. So certainly talented. Good to see that he's brought the heavy duty machine to Beachlands with him. So you can see the cars all just creeping forward now. Clerk of the course walking through, making sure that everybody is nose to tail the whole way through. There's that gap down there, of course, where Bailey Gilliam would have been parked. Clerk of the course, he'll be sort of, he will certainly be walking a few extra metres over this weekend. She's a long way from the front of the pack down to the back. So Gillies there just being told to tuck in behind Shane McCarty. Matt Stewart there as well. So the grid pretty much set. It's going to be mayhem out here, folks. Keep your eyes fixed. Both ends of the track. Flick an eye each way if you can, if you're that way inclined, because there's going to be action unfolding all over the place. Shaw on the front row of the grid. Jenkins on his outside. They are teamed up here for the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks as it gets underway here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. All sorts of mayhem unfolding down there in turns 1 and 2 already. Campbell's involved in that one there. Also looks like Steve Soper, the 3NZ. Jaden Cron, car number 92, managing to get away there as well. He ducks down the inside. So all of those cars managed to get away unscathed. Marshall was involved there as well. But your race leader at the moment, the 345 of Ben Jenkins, off to an absolute flyer. He's on the main straight now, being chased hard by Ryan Musgrove, car number 9, currently holding your 2nd place. Barr there just tries to unsettle Musgrove as he comes out of turn number 2 here in reverse direction. Big contact, Matt Stewart sends Illingworth down to the infield. A nice nudge by Stewart. Marshall just starting to pay a little bit of attention on Braden Adams and car number 475. We see Dryden sneak on past, Finch there as well, and Nicolau. So cars spread out here at the moment as Ben Jenkins comes onto the main straight, goes right down the middle of both Cron and Marshall. Both lap cars. Musgrove still holding that second place. Then we go back to Brian Shaw, car number 28. Next in the queue, 96 of Phil Johnson in 5th place at the moment. Then car number 46, which is Sean Andrew. He's working his way through the pack in this one here as well. Certainly very, very busy out there at the moment. As we go red. So Jake Barr goes down to the infield. Soper down there now as well. Of course, he got a bit of a nudge in lap number 1. So it looks like they're heading down to Dwayne Kennett, car number 23 down there. Just checking on him, making sure that the Kennett's all good. Car number 26, I just noticed down the back straight there as well. Clinton Finch. Bit of steam coming out under the bonnet of his car, so he may actually head infield as well. In fact, he is right on cue there. He heads down to the infield. Car number 26, he's teamed up with Paul Leslie from Christchurch, car number 27. So a few cars dropping in this one here, but that's what will happen throughout the weekend there. Whoever's writing the cheeky little comments on the Pits Media thing should get their dictionary out. Character. We'll give Jace an A for effort. So a rev of engines and a restart here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. As your race leader, car number 345, the MV Motors sponsor machine of Ben Jenkins, leads this one here down into 1 and 2. He's being chased at the moment by Musgrove, who's currently holding 2nd place. Then we go back to Brian Shaw in the 28 machine. They power off down the back straight. Jenkins. Not much of a lead at the moment. Half a dozen car lengths. He goes down the inside of Gillies and Matt Stewart down the back straight. Certainly plenty of traffic in front of him. Brent Bradley from Riverside, he's there as well. Mitch Lavender, car 555 now, one of the big guns, down to the infield. So a few cars here starting to drop out of contention in heat number 1 of the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. So Musgrove now, he's having to fight that traffic that Ben Jenkins just dealt with just a moment ago. He's down the inside now of both Bradley and Palmer as Jenkins sits down on that pole line. He's got Schumacher just ahead of him, but of course he's a lap down at the moment. Matt Stewart, he's just chased down Musgrove. He is a lap down at the moment. Car number 29, of course, that is Jones. Mike Jones out of Christchurch, not doing a bad job. He's currently behind Gillies, heading into Lammermoor Station corner. Couple of laps still to remain here in heat number 1. Jenkins comes through. He's got Steve Dryden and Illingworth up ahead of him as the white flag comes out. Jenkins behind Dryden. He's got a bit of a buffer here at the moment over Musgrove. He can comfortably get home from here around turns 3 and 4. Dryden lets him sneak underneath, and it'll be a race win to Ben Jenkins here. Car number 9, which is Musgrove, he's the next in the queue. Just waiting to see who the 3rd car home was. I think it may have been Brian Shaw in car number 28, of course, in the Canterbury Cobras colours. But Jenkins managed to keep his nose clean. Oh, Campbell, big contact into the wall right when the checkered flag was coming out. That was massive for Campbell. It's what you don't need when the flag's dropping, is to end up right in your car off at the end of it. So Ben Jenkins takes this one here out in car number 345. Ryan Musgrove in 2nd place, car number 9. Then we go back to the 29 of Mike Jones from Christchurch, Sean Andrew in 4th place, Phil Johnson in 5th, Braden Adams in 6th, Kerry Campbell 7th, Clay Marshall in 8th, Steve Soper in 9th, and Ben Turner in 10th place. Dwayne Kennett home in car number 23 in 11th, then Brian Nicolau in 12th, Cody Finch 13th, Steve Dryden 14th, Corey Schumacher 15th, Matt Stewart in 16th, Brent Bradley 17th, Clint Gillies 18th, Scott Palmer 19th, Alan Finch, your 1NZ, in 20th place.
I don't ever wanna lose you now. I think I'll make it here out. I don't ever wanna lose you now. I don't think I'll make it here out. 'Cause it's you and only. It's you and only you. 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 Because it's you and only you.
Oh boy, I tell you what, down in the pits there's a fair bit going on, but we thought we might catch up with the winner of that last race, which was a 3-4-5D, Ben Jenkins, mate. Home track, all the bloody bullshit that goes with it, so obviously you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, started off the front, so it couldn't really get much better. So, we just had to stay there, really.
Well, I mean, obviously the car's going all right, and you sort of kind of got untouched there a wee bit, so how's that for nice and easy for you?
Yeah. No, it was pretty clean run. So that's always easy, and trying to dodge the holes out there in that track's probably the hardest part of tonight, and it will only become harder.
Well, the thing is that the car's obviously pretty quick because you topped the time trials earlier on in the day as well, so you must have been happy and must know what the track's going to do. So you just got that home track advantage. Obviously, anything you're going to change for the next one?
No. Just make sure there's plenty of air in the tyres because those ruts are going to try taking them out. So, gas and go.
Oh, well, you can't complain about that too much, can you?
No, it's bloody good.
Good sponsors?
Yeah, no, I'd like to thank all my sponsors. We're standing here, so Mike Herring Logging Contracting, it's my boss. Thanks for the time off. I've had plenty of that lately after just coming back from the North Island as well. Ag and Auto Direct, Tahura Shearing, Crichton Sandblasting and Paint, MV Motors, MV Motorsport. I hope I haven't forgotten any.
Well, that's obviously pretty damn good though. And of course you did go up to the North Island and have a crack up there. How did that go for you?
Yeah, that was bloody good. Great bunch of guys. Phil, the boys up there, no doubt you're watching. What an awesome series, awesome to be a part of. Not even the on-track stuff, all the rest of it that goes with it. They do an amazing job, and hope we get invited back next year.
All right, hey, well, best of luck, and obviously it's only race one. You've still got another bloody 5 to go, haven't you?
Yeah, there's still a long way to go yet. There's plenty of broken stuff to be had yet.
Right, mate, best of luck. We've got somebody here. Who's this 92D? Obviously, this car's obviously got some issues with it. You can see that Graham McKernan is getting in, trying to get the thing sorted out. It's obviously broken, and looking like he's. You got a bit of an issue with the car, mate. What's the story?
Don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It feels like fuel issue. I'm not quite sure though.
You're only a wee bugger, aren't you? Old Jaden Cron, this is you, eh? And of course you teamed up with the old boy as well, aren't you, Stephen Lawrence?
Yeah, Steve Dryden, yeah. The youngest person and the oldest person in Streeties, so.
And both of them need a haircut.
Exactly, both of you need a haircut, and about 220 years of difference between the two of you.
Yeah.
He went down with the Titanic, I think.
That's dead right.
Hey, okay, well, hey, you got to get it sorted out. You reckon these boys will hopefully get it all sorted out for you?
Oh, hopefully, yeah. We're working we've had this problem all season, and it's just become continuous and all that. It's just, getting beyond a joke now.
Oh, well, best of luck, mate. We better go because they're having a cry about some saloons about to start racing, so we'll let them go, eh? What are you up to, Daryl? Well, that was a good first race. A bit quiet, but I suppose we're looking for some bit more action as the meeting goes on, eh?
Yeah, not bad at all. I actually quite enjoyed it. The hardest thing is, what do you got, 32 cars out there, is trying to keep an eye on what the hell's going on. It's absolute mayhem. Absolutely crazy.
Now listen to the director crying in the background, mate.
Yeah, Michaela's having a big cry in my ear about how tough it is for her, but she's no idea until she commentates. So green flag is set to drop here. Race number 2 of the night, 4 saloons.
Especially being a celebrity, eh,
And it's the
Daryl?
57 of Aaron Andrews, leads him down into turns 1 and 2. Darren McLeod off to a good start in this one here. The Custom Homes, Queenstown A9X Tirana. Mark Dobson trying to have a bit of a look down the inside of Mark Newell. Pulls out of that one as they come around Lammermoor Station Corner onto the main straight. Newell all over the back of McLeod. Oh, McLeod very untidy through 1 and 2. Manages to hold on though. Travis Smith, he's ready to pounce here as well. Then we go back to the 21 machine of Calvin Todd. He's not too far off the pace. Either's Finley. Then we've got the 77 of Hutton and Edwards at the tail of the field. Of course, he was parked up on the infield before this race even started, so there could be an issue there with car number 8. Out in front though, Aaron Andrews. He's actually cleared off to a decent lead early in this one here. Newell's managed to get past McLeod to get up to second place. Mark Dobson, he does the same now as well. He sneaks on through, so they've managed to clear that A9X Tirana. Can Dobson now pull in Newell? That'll be the big question. They battled early in this one here. See a race order. Andrews leads this one here from Newell. Then we go back to Dobson. The 24 of McLeod. Then Smith. Car number 21, Calvin Todd, just getting a wee bit untidy up the top end of town. Mark Newell's actually starting to claw into some of the time that Aaron Andrews had there. Last time around a 17.3 for Andrews, a 17.1 for Mark Newell. So Newell on an absolute flyer here in race number 2, 4 saloons here tonight at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Andrews around 1 and 2. That Hypermac Mustang. Certainly got plenty of history with that car there. Of course, it's the car that the late Darrell Ainsley picked up a number of South Island titles in. Then, of course, it ended up in the hands of Graham Williamson, and now we see Aaron Andrews doing his thing. He's tucked in at the moment behind car number 74. That's Andrew Hutton. He just gives Andrews a little bit of room there. Andrews can now see Glenn Edwards up in front of him, trying to chase him down. As we mentioned before, this is Edwards' first season of saloon racing. Done a bit of stock car racing a couple of decades ago. He's under pressure at the moment. White flag is out. 1 more to run. Newell comfortably in second place. Then we go back to Dobson. Andrews thought about sneaking to the outside of Edwards. Has a look on the inside because Mark Newell's starting to close up the gap, but it'll be too little, too late. As the 57 of Aaron Andrews makes it 2 from 2 here tonight at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Newell home in second place, ahead of Mark Dobson, car number 51 out of Riverside Speedway, home in third. So Saloons putting on a bit of a show out there, and in fact didn't even see that incident happen, but Reds came on for car number 21, which of course is Calvin Todd. A lot of damage on his car. So of course watching the top end of town with the winners catching the checkered flag. Wondered why they were getting to snail's pace on the warm down lap, but that'll be why.
Hey, Darryl, just quickly, I'm down here in the pits, and I'm just going to catch up with that Jacob Campbell that he seemed to have snotted the wall in that wagon at the end of the deal. What happened?
Oh, I blew second as I tried to turn out of it, and then kind of going for a ride at that point. There was not much going out of it.
Oh, it's unbelievable, mate. It must have been a pretty solid hit too.
Oh yeah, she was comfy, I won't lie. She was definitely comfortable, but nah, we'll be right. We'll get it back out there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like too much damage other than the front left. I see the steward from Cromwell's down there on his bloody knees. Have a look down there, boy. Look, right there, look, he's right underneath the car. Everybody's doing a bit of work on the car, trying to get it all sorted out for you, but Mate, everybody. I think everybody's come to help you, haven't you? Half the bloody street stock class.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good grade down here, so we're all quite thankful for it and working out for now.
Absolutely, mate. All right, we've got some the 43i men also doing some panel beating as well down here. He's got the big sledgehammer on there, and having a look. So he's attitude adjuster, I suppose. There's a bit of stuff happening down here. It might have been a bit more damage than we thought, Daryl, down here.
Yeah, I can hear from the control tower the old knockometers are working overtime down there. But yeah, Campbell, I was surprised because all he had to do was basically roll over the line to catch the checkered flag there, and he absolutely snotted the wall. And you know at Beachlands when someone hits the wall hard, because standing up on top of this control tower here, it absolutely shakes.
Oh, definitely. You can feel the rattle, can't you? Let's have a look down the line a bit further. I'll get my cameraman to follow me. My cameraman's a bit slick. So here we go. What the 29? He's got a fair bit going on as well. Chris Cougazoo are all in helping out, trying to get this man sorted out. Seeing the back right-hand side seems to be a bit of damage done to this car, the 29 D car. So they're all working on that as well. So you can see you can do it anyway. So we just got this 29D machine here. Everybody's working away on that.
Alrighty folks, just got a replay through thanks to the Pits media of that incident that happened there with Calvin Todd, and it was an impressive rollover. It basically went down there, and it wasn't really a rollover, it was more of a dance on its nose. But what made me laugh was as soon as it landed, it was like the radiator just absolutely popped. There was like a whale spout, you might call it, squirting up in the air, but it was impressive from where I was. I'm sure it wasn't as impressive for Calvin Todd behind the wheel of the 21 machine, but yeah, wee bit of damage on his car, but we got to the bottom of it, because as I say, I was busy looking at who had won that race when that incident happened. So big thanks to the Pits TV for capturing very, very cool footage of that incident that just unfolded.
Right, we're down at the 315 now, Daryl, and nothing too major here. Looks like just a bit of a clean up on the bumper there, boss.
Yeah, nothing too major. Crack in the rear bar there and a couple of 25 box and we'll be away.
How'd you go? How was your first race?
Good. We finished. My pair finished. I haven't caught up with the youth saloon yet, but hey, if we all finish our races, she's good.
Good stuff, mate. And it doesn't look too bad other than that bumper there, so you're pretty happy, eh?
Yeah, we'll definitely get her back out for the next one.
Or 2 or 3 or 4 or possibly 5 even.
Try and do 6. We'll try and do 6 for the 2 nights, but it's busy out there.
Right, best of luck, bud.
Well, folks, just keeping an eye on what's happening on track here at the moment, because I actually thought that the checkered flag has been presented under the yellow. So this race has come to an end. We actually thought at one stage there that things were going to heat up and we're going to have a bit of a 1-lap dash, but no, the checkered flag has come out and this race has been called. So folks, just getting a wee message in the air there at the moment that, of course, a very, very cool thing that the Beachlands Club were doing was giving away a seat in a helicopter tomorrow night to arrive here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. So I think the draw for that happening very, very shortly. So
they're giving a seat away. What about the riding a helicopter?
I heard it so hollow.
Dowden on the outside will set the pace. Skilling should be pretty racy from that inside line. Gets a nice start, the Southern Vehicle Removal, sponsored Holden Commodore. Leads down to turn 1 and 2. A nice start there by Tyler Cow. Goes right around the outside of both Dowden and Johnson. Johnson slots up into that third place. Having a look right down on the pole line there. Trying to get down the inside of Tyler Cow. Tom's off to a nice start as well. Car number 78. As is Cam Bauer and Ricky Pilley. So Dowden falling down the order here. Dropped down to 7th place early in this one here. Mike Holly behind him. Niall Brooklyn with a nice move down the outside of Tristan Billmore Mason. Manages to sneak on through. So it's still Skilling who leads this one. Johnson trying to find a way through. It looks like she's managed to she get a wee bit of contact on Skilling there, so she might just want to settle in behind Skilling because she might find herself in a little bit of trouble for that tap, but we'll wait and see. They come onto the main straight, so Johnson leading this one here. Kalk's also made a move on the outside of Skilling, so that little bit of a tap earlier on has just unsettled Skilling enough to drop him down a couple of placings. Ricky Pilley trying to find his way through here now at the moment. He's got Daniel Tom on his outside. Cam Bauer there as well. But out in front, it's Johnson, car 27, who leads. Alina Johnson, a change of car mid-season for her. She's jumped into a new car and she's looked pretty racy. Count giving chase. Tom now up to 3rd place, so he's looking good. Midway through race number 2 for Production Saloons. Pilley on the outside of Skilling, so's Cam Bauer. Then we go back to Dowden. Dowden's under pressure from both Niall Brooklyn, who's gone to the outside, and also Lucy Greer. So here comes Pilley, 3 wide down the back straight here, going into Lammermoor Station corner. Pilley just needs to be careful that he doesn't get caught up too high here. He might lose a couple of spots. If he does, he manages to hold on. Bit of shine on the track here at the moment. It's looking up quite nicely as Pilley goes right round the outside of Daniel Tom. So he's got to choose car 78. Takes Skilling with him. But your race leader at the moment is car number 27, which is Alina Johnson. Pilley trying to chase her down at the moment. There's lap traffic up ahead of them. Here comes Pilley with a charge out of turn number 2, down the back straight. Johnson's there. Then we can see Wilson. Wilson's going to give him plenty of room though. He tucks to the inside as Pilley goes down the outside of Johnson. So that's your battle for 1st and 2nd place. Hoare and Maya Johnson just up in front of the race leaders. Alina Johnson's definitely not going to hand this one here away. And lap traffic is going to become a factor in this one here. Oh, Johnson goes through this contact there with Mark Hoare as Ricky Pilley goes right down the inside. Johnson tries the old up and under, has a look down the inside, but Pilley should get a good run out of 2. Daniel Tom limping out there at the moment, sitting on the wall. Here comes Pilley around Lammermoor Station corner. He's gone a little bit high and wide, but he should be able to get a run to take out his 2nd race win of the night. A nice drive by Ricky Pilley. Johnson home in 2nd place, and Cam Bauer, a fast finish for him to claim that last spot on the podium in a 3rd spot. But a nice drive, Ricky Pilley, with a great battle in the dying stages of heat number 2 for Production Saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. So folks, we have Ricky Pilley takes this one here out. Alina Johnson in 2nd place ahead of Cam Bauer. Tried a 3rd time. Tyler Kalk next in the queue. Then we go back to Hayden Skilling. Niall Brooklyn up to 6th place. A nice finish by Niall Brooklyn. Lucy Greer in 7th. Max Fleet in 8th. Josh Dowden in 9. And rounding up your top 10 for Production Saloons, car number 64, Laura Heads.
Remember the day, stay in this moment. frame. They say we're lost without aim. Today the stars will read red. Soon blue will die.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered. The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
So ready for a race start in this one here. Zane Tahura on the inside. I forgot to go and check who's behind the wheel of car number 69, but pretty sure it's Graham McKernan. Famous number, and he's got the big blue oval on, so could well be. Cuff working his way through as well. Car number 19. Of course, he placed second in heat number 1. Tahura currently in third place. Then we go back to Russell Stewart, car number 661, and Alistair Finch, car number 71. As I mentioned in heat number 1, so cool to see these cars from a decade or two ago here and having a skid. Some of these cars could still remain very, very competitive out there with a modern street stock. Of course, part of the classic street stock thing is it's getting too hard to get parts for a lot of these old cars, so hence the reason they are pretty much a demonstration grade, you might say. Still a wee bit of tap and spin here and there, but just good to see these old girls out on track. Great battle really starting to unfold at the tail of this one here between Stewart, Tahura and Finch. Up front though, it's still McKernan, car number 69. He's being chased at the moment by Gary Cuff, car number 19. They go around Lammermoor Station Corner onto the main straight once more. Through they come. Then we see Tahura, Finch and Stewart. They're in a good battle up here. That's for third, fourth and fifth place. Cuff starting to close that gap over car 69, the leader, which we think is Graham McKernan in that Ford panel van. Cuff ducks right in behind him, down in Paul McDonald Earth moving corner, turns 1 and 2 here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Finch now with a big attack on the outside of Zane Tahura, car number 37. They set sail down the back straight. Russell Stewart just fallen behind now on the 661. He works his way around Lammermoor Station Corner. Of course, Russell, he's a busy weekend. You can see his car parked up on the infield between races. He hops out of that and jumps into the water truck and does a bit of track maintenance, so pretty busy weekend for him. McKernan through once more, Cuff trying to close that gap. Not much between them there at the moment. Good to see Cuff bring that car out of the shed as well. Of course, it's a production saloon from years gone by. The mighty XF Falcon. Certainly a real stalwart of the club here is Cuff, raced here for a million odd years. So a car length between himself and McKernan. Then we go back to Finch, Tahura and Stewart at the tail of this field. White flag comes out. One more lap to go here for the classic street stocks here tonight at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. McKernan set sail down the back straight. Cuff giving chase. Then we go back to Finch. Finch has done well. He's managed to get past both Stewart and Tahura, which is no mean feat. He's up to third place, but it's going to be the 69 of McKernan who takes this one here out over Cuff in second place. Then we go back to Finch. That is your top three here in the second race of the night for Classic Streetstocks here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Coming up next, folks, I'll take a wee look out the back of the commentary box. We're going to have the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons, their second race of the weekend, coming up next. Alrighty folks, good to see Jacob Campbell. He'll be flying into the arena here tomorrow as we go green here for the Youth Saloons, and it's young Cruz Soper off to an absolute flyer at the moment. Good to see Max Kemp back out on track. He's gone right up the inside. A beautiful move by Kemp coming through at turns 3 and 4 for the Stevenson sponsored machine. Taking over the race lead in this one here. Caden Race now up to second place. He's up the inside of young Cruz Soper. Then we go back to the 97 machine of Lockie Robertson. Maddie Stewart just giving those race leaders plenty of room down there into turns 1 and 2. Isaiah Stretton side by side at the moment with Richardson, the two Invercargill cars. Kiddo tucked in just behind them. Car number 27 here to DNF in heat number 1. Good to see him back up and running here. Kate Howard goes through. The race leader, Max Kemp, on the outside with Caden Race giving chase. Then we go back to Kyan Green, who's now up into third spot, being chased by Kiddo, Richardson. Robertson just caught up behind Cruz Soper there as we go yellow. So just looking for the reason why we've gone yellow, maybe some form of debris on the track somewhere. This will certainly close the field up. Put a wee bit of pressure on those race leaders. So there is something on the track down there in the entry to turn number 1. In fact, it's something pretty big on the track down there. It's a whole complete wheel and tyre. So lights are out, set for a race restart here. The Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Caden Race with a big look on the inside of Max Kemp side by side. Man, these lads have had some epic battles right throughout the season. Race now with a nose in front as they come down into turns 3 and 4. Kemp looking racy on the outside. Race on the inside. Maddie Stewart on the main straight there as well. A nice start by Lockie Robinson. He's up into third place. But the two lead cars are still side by side. Kiddo, he's off to a good start in this one here now as well. He's managed to get past Green, Soper and Richardson. He's up to fourth place and chasing Lockie Robinson. So Caden Race, he's sat in behind Kemp all the way down the back straight. Slingshots down the inside. Two young drivers absolutely at the top of their game this season. Kemp still with a slight lead at the moment. They go past Whip and Stewart down the main straight here. Bennett's the next in the queue that'll go down a lap. Race may well have an overlap here as they set sail down the back straight into Lammermoor Station Corner. Kemp chucks it sideways. Race goes defensive. Parks that car in the middle of the track. Kemp tucks in behind him. Through goes Robertson. Richardson now with a big move down the inside of Kiddo and Green. He's looking for a way through now as well. It's a nice move by Richardson, the Wallistown Motors machine out of Riverside Speedway. Another lap down. They go round the outside of Knox, the race leaders. Robertson, Richardson, Kiddo, Green, they're all there. That's your battle for third place. Richardson's managed to get on through. There's problems on the main straight for Whip. Whip goes to the infield. Kemp still attacking the outside of Caden Race. Around turns 1 and 2. Laps really starting to count down here. They're swapping lap times. Caden Race will be quicker in one lap. Kemp will be quicker on the next. They go past Cuff. Lap traffic up ahead of them in the form of Dresden Constable. Constable goes to the outside of Howard. Here come the race leaders. Kemp's got a nice line there, but he had to pull out of it as they hit turn 3 and 4. On the main straight once more, Caden Race leads. Kemp trying to gain metres at the moment. Richardson's managed to pull away from that battle group. He's up in third place and looking very, very racy out there. Car 53. White flag comes out this time around. Caden Race comes through. Then we have Kemp in second place. Blake Fox-Miller, Isaiah Stretton and Bennett, they're all there. So's Nicolau as they find a way up the inside of those. Oh, contact there for Kemp. He gets an absolute drilling down there. The man in second, but it's going to be Caden Race who'll take this one here out. Kemp manages to get home just ahead of Richardson for second place. Kemp very, very lucky to sneak on home. Nicolau took a bit of a hammering down there in turn number 3 and 4. But well done, Caden Race. Gets up to pick up his second race win of the night here for the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons. So Caden Race takes it out, 2.7 seconds up the track from Max Kemp. Josh Richardson in third place ahead of Noah Kiddo. Kyan Green in 5th. Lockie Robinson in 6th. Cruz Soper in 7th. Brody Holly in 8th. Dresden Constable in 9th. Rounding up your top 10 for Youth Saloons, Blake Fox-Miller. Folks, welcome back to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Bit of Nirvana on there. 30 years this week since we lost Kurt Cobain. Stock cars out on track. Bailey Mitchell goes from the outside right down to the inside, and he'll lead them down to turns 1 and 2. Paul Simon trying to find his way through as Stephen Thompson gets into both of them and goes right round the outside. So the Gordon Road Vehicle Services car number 655 powers off down the back straight. Paul Simon in chase. Bailey Mitchell manages to get back on track. Have been told that there are meant to be a few more stock cars tomorrow night. Just the 3 here tonight doing their thing. Steve Thompson out in front. Heads down into turns 1 and 2. The Paul McDonald earth moving corner here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Set sail down the back straight. Light starting to take full effect here. Beautiful night here in Dunedin. A little bit cool, but a beautiful night for Speedway. Simon comes through. Car 77 and Bailey Mitchell comes through now as well. So all these cars are fairly even spread on them at the moment. See Paul Simon there, as I mentioned before, former New Zealand street stock champion. Just gives that ball a bit of a kiss on the way past. Of course, Shannon Simon out of action at the moment. Paul's son, he 22-day, I think it is, or concussion stand down they call it, or something along those lines. Took a pretty heavy knock here a couple of weeks ago. So he's got his mandatory stand down for that. Otherwise, he would have been out on track here as well. So Bailey Mitchell comes on through. Of course, Mitchell, a former production saloon racer here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Took a couple of years off and a young family and got himself into stock car racing. He certainly had a standout season. A big rollover last time I commentated here, and also found himself up on his side last weekend, but really enjoying his racing this season. A far more reliable car than what he had, so looking pretty racy out there at the moment. Stephen Thompson comes on through, as does Simon. So white flag about to come out for your race leader, Stephen Thompson. One more to run. Has been a bit of a change in order, folks. We are going to see production saloons back out on track here. After this one here, we were going to see Heat 2 of the Battle of the Street Stocks, but some of the guys still working furiously on their cars as Stephen Thompson hits the main straight and takes out the second stock car race of the night. Paul Simon will bring the 77 machine home in second place, with Bailey Mitchell in third, car number 78.
Ice cold, I'm swimming against the tide. I wanna forget you, but you pull me in.
Ricky Pilley leads them around. Of course, where they are positioned at the moment is obviously where they have the total points wash up. So Ricky Pilley leads them around. Cam Bauer on his outside. Niall Brooklyn in third place. Just trying to catch who's on the outside of Brooklyn. Looks like Johnson. Of course, that car there, former owner of that machine there, Stephen Nicholas, the man they call Socks. He's the driver of that one. He actually flicked a message through before saying that she was looking pretty racy, and that's what I said, that car's never gone so fast. So she's certainly doing a pretty good job in a new car as Alina Johnson. Then we go back to Lucy Greer, car number 13, the Greer logging machine. 61 on her outside, that is Max Fleet. Hayden Skilling is car number 85. Tyler Kalk we should be where that gap is there, but Tyler Kalk's parked up in the pit area, so both him and Aaron Brooklyn out of this one here. So a couple of big guns having issues here tonight. Laura Heads there in the 64 machine, car number 22 out of Christchurch, Tristan Billmore Mason. Ready for a race start. Car number 16, Josh Dowden there as well. Car number 10, Mark Hoare. Car number 7, that is Brian Wilson. Another car just hiding over the back there. That there will be the second Johnson car, which is Maya Johnson. Green flag drops. The final for production saloons here. Cam Bauer on the outside. He gets off to a flying start. Can he get an overlap down the back straight on Ricky Pilley, or can Pilley go 3 for 3 here tonight? Oh, Bauer's going right out. He managed to pull the 99 machine up. I thought he was spearing right out towards the wall. Niall Brooklyn, he's off to a flyer here as well. He was holding third place, but he's just overshot turn 1 and 2, and he's let Johnson through and Skilling. Down into 3 and 4. Lucy Greer trying to find a way through here now as well, but it's Pilly out in front. 0.309, the gap from first to second place. Brooklyn trying to find a way back through here, trying to do a move on Skilling. Pilly down the main straight once more. Bauer still holding second. Alina Johnson starting to reel Bauer in. Goes to the outside coming out of turn number 2. Cuts back over again. Skilling's got nothing for them at the moment. He's starting to fall behind. Lucy Greer now on the outside. She went into turn. Oh, there's contact there. Alina Johnson and Bauer. That's untidy on the main straight. Bauer manages to pull the 99 machine up, but Alina Johnson, I'd imagine she'll find herself with a wee visit to the principal's office for that move there. Bauer gets back on track, so no caution. I thought we may have seen one there with Bauer parked up, but good thinking by Bauer to back up there and get back out on track just ahead of the race leader, Ricky Pilly. So Johnson in second place, but there's a big question mark over that one there at the moment. Laura Head, she's looking racy in this one here as well. So's Max Fleet. Head now down the inside on turn number 4. Manages to get in front of Niall Brooklyn. Brooklyn on the outside. Oh, there's more contact there for Bauer. That time it was Skilling, so Bauer taking more hits than Elvis in this one here. He goes to the infield. He's just given up completely down there. Looks like a bit of damage to the right front. Another car, that might be Holly, I think, on the back. In fact, it has gone orange, coming out of turn number 2. So all sorts of drama happening out here at the moment. Get ready to go to war once more. Ricky Pilly leading this one here. Johnson in second place, but a big question mark over that one there currently. Then we go back to Skilling and Laura Head. She's been the big mover in this one here. She's come from well down the pack to be up in 4th place. Then we've got Lucy Greer, Niall Brooklyn, set for a restart. Pilly leads him around turns 3 and 4. Skilling with a big move up the inside of Alina Johnson. Laura Heads tries to follow him through. So does Lucy Greer. Car number 22, Tristan Billmore Mason. He's making ground in this one here as well. Manages to get past Niall Brooklyn. Max Fleet there as well. So down the main straight we go. Johnson to the outside of Skilling. Managed to get that second position back again after that bit of a slow restart. So she's done well. As I say, big question mark over that position at the moment. Skilling sideways. The big rear wheel drive Commodore around turns 3 and 4. Laura Heads ducks up the inside of him. Lucy Greer trying to follow through now as well. Then we go back to Max Fleet. Then Billmore Mason side by side with Niall Brooklyn. Then we go back, car number 72, the Mazda RX-8 of Charles Hayde, trying to work his way up the order here as well. This is the final 4 production saloons here tonight at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, a 19.490, fastest lap of the race, punched out by Ricky Pilly. Perfect night out so far tonight for Pilly. Johnson giving chase. Skilling still trying to find a way around the outside of Laura Heads. Goes a little bit high and wide. Lucy Greer thought about sneaking through there, but Skilling was sideways. Around turns 3 and 4. Still Pilly leading this one here. He's done it easy so far in this one here. The battle for 3rd place. Laura Head, Skilling and Greer still absolutely red hot at the moment. Don't discount Max Fleet either. He's just behind that battle pack. Here they come now onto the main straight. In fact, there's nothing between 3rd all the way down to about 8th place where we see Niall Brooklyn. Like if something unfolds, up here, which it could well do. These other cars are still in with a shot. So Laura Head still just ahead of Skilling. The race leader powers out of turn 2, goes down the back straight. That's Pilly. Then we go back to Johnson. Laura Heads. Greer. She's tempted to absolutely send it up the inside of Hayden Skilling. She's got the nose there. Trying to work a way through. Of course, it's 30 laps of action in this one here. Still a long way to go. Maya Johnson there, making Ricky Pilly have to work right around the outside. So Pilly just comfortably getting around there at the moment. Hall gets a wee bit sideways. Car number 10 ends up down on the infield, but fights back. So trouble for Laura Head. So Laura Head's down to the infield. So it was hard to see a number from up here, but it is. It's the 64 machine of Laura Heads, who was battling pretty hard there with Skilling, now down on the infield. So your race order, Ricky Pilly leading this one here from Johnson, Skilling in third, then Max Fleet, Niall Brookman, Bill Moore Mason, Lucy Greer, then Hayde, Wilson and Bowden. That's your top 10 at the moment. Oh, Fleet looked like he was going to make a move down the outside of Hayden Skilling. Still a great battle. Niall Brooklyn just ticking off lap. Oh, there's a bit of a chase down the back straight there between Brian Wilson and Dowden in car number 16, both chasing each other to the infield and then getting back on. So 7 laps to run here, the 30-lap final for Production Saloons. And it's Ricky Pilly, a mile out in front, goes down the inside of Charles Hyde in that Magster RX-8, the rotary machine. You can hear it every door. Oh, he's gone around right on cue on the main straight here, so we may well see another caution in this one here. In fact, we will. So car number 72. Seven laps to go. So Crash Crew just go around there. Just looking at the replay, thanks to Pits Media. Oh, when he spun, he actually hit the race leader, Ricky Pilly. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any damage to car number 94. He took a bit of a nudge from behind that right rear. Doesn't look to be any sort of substantial damage there at all on Pilly's car, but that could have absolutely spelt disaster for the race leader. Pilly was on the inside. Hay just got all crossed up. He got the tank slapper happening, hit the race leader, and spun on the main straight. So Pilly very, very lucky to still be out on track. Here's the race leader just coming past the control tower now. You see a bit of a dint on the driver's door and just that back panel there. So he took a decent nudge, very, very close to that right rear wheel. So Pilly will be breathing a sigh of relief, as will a number of these drivers that are just wanting to take a deep breath, reset, and off they go. Just like Hayde, car number 72. So Pilly leading this one, Johnson in second with that question mark. Then we go back to Skilling, car number 85, Max Fleet, Niall Brooklyn, Lucy Greer. A few cars parked up down on the infield. Laura Head, she certainly put on a pretty decent fight before retiring to the infield. Bit of smoke coming out of, looks to be Max Fleet's Subaru. Josh Dowden, he's moved his way up the field. He had that bit of an excursion to the infield before with Brian Wilson. So green flag set to drop once more. This 30-lap race for Production Saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Ricky Pilley powers off. Skilling trying to challenge Johnson in car number 27. Then we go back to Max Fleet. Smoking away there. Dowden trying to put pressure on Lucy Greer. Niall Brooklyn there as well. Brooklyn high and wide in the Subway 55 machine. Lucy Greer ducks up the inside of him. That's for position. Checkered flag comes down though for Ricky Pilley. He takes this one here out. Perfect night out for Pilley. 3 from 3. 27 of Alina Johnson in second place. Then we go back to the 85 of Skilling, just ahead of Max Fleet, car number 61. But Ricky Pilley, well done. Led this one here early, got to the front, worked the way, pulled a buffer. Had to fight over a couple of restarts. Got hit by a back marker, but he takes this one here out. The 30-lap feature final for Production Saloons. Pilley takes it out. Alina Johnson in second place. Hayden Skilling in third. Max Fleet in fourth. Lucy Greer up to fifth. Niall Brooklyn sixth. Josh Dowden in seventh. Brian Wilson eighth. Maya Johnson ninth. Rounding up your top 10, car 10, Mark Hoare. Coming up next, folks, lined up on the dummy grid, race number 2 for the Battle of the Streetstocks, brought to you by Gillies Contracting.
There's more to me, but anywhere I try to be alone, I find you there. I find you there.
I'm so scared to leave my house, so I cannot run free from this. Always being watched by you, and that's so inconsiderate. My privacy, does that exist?
Alrighty, race fans, heat number 2, the Gillies Contracting, a Battle of the Street Stocks. They all start to file out on track. You can just see there's one car just getting a bit of a push start in the pit lane that will be joining the field. So we're going to have Palmer off the front row of the grid alongside Campbell. That combination, car number 315 and 11, car number 39, which is Gillum. I think he's the one getting a push start out there at the moment. Both him and Corey Schumacher, 39 and 77 from the second row of the grid. Row 3, a Mitch Lavender, car 555, and Jake Barr, car number 732. Row 4, Shane McCarty, car number 29, and Dwayne Kennett in car 23. From position 9 and 10, we see Clint Gillies, car number 417, and Turner, car number 15 out of Christchurch. Matt Stewart starts the 828 from position 11 alongside Soper. Your 3NZ out of Nelson. Position 13, 14, we see the New Zealand champ, the 1NZ of Alan Finch, and Brent Bradley, car number 232 from Riverside. Position 15 and 16, we see Finch and Illingsworth, car number 18 and 43. Next up, 3, 4, 5, your Heat 1 winner starts from position 17. A lot more work for him to do in this race. Position 18, his partner, car number 28, which is Shaw from Nelson. Jacob Campbell, car number 94, starts from position 19 on his outside. We have Ryan Musgrove, car number 9 out of Nelson. Marshall starts car number 97 from position 21. His partner, Jones, of course, who... no, it's Leslie that's out. Sorry, Jones, car number 29 is there. Caleb Marshall, car number 88, starts from 23 with the 2NZ Cody McCarrison on his outside in the 24. Adam Stewart jumps in, of course. He's replacing Leslie, so he starts from position 25. Finch on his outside, position 26, car 26. Brian Nicolau, car 77, starts from 27th. 28, Phil Johnson from Riverside Speedway, and car 96. Positions 29 and 30, Braden Adams, car number 475, and Sean Andrew, car number 46. Jaden Cron starts from 31st on the grid with Steve Dryden, car number 33 on his outside. That is your grid for this one here. Shane McCarty's car just getting a bit of attention down there on the main straight. So of course 3-minute bell has been called, so we will not see any form of race start, even if it only takes a couple of minutes here. Young Christopher Kurgazu, he's got the knockometer out, just sorting a few things out under there. He was involved, of course, in this Battle of the Streetstocks last season. Had a pretty vicious rollover on night number 2. And that was in race number 5, I think it was. Then race number 6, he actually came out and won it. So he's working away down there on that rear suspension of Shane McCarty's car. Of course, I think when Jason was talking to the drivers down in the pits, we actually saw a glimpse of these guys working away, but I think it was on the opposite side to the side they are working on now. So a couple of minutes of that 3-minute bell still remaining. Of course, McCarty played a big part in that Beachlands Bulldogs team this year at the State of Origin up there at Woodford Glen Speedway. They went in there defending champions, come out in second place this time around. Of course, Canterbury just a little bit too slick this time around. So the team happy enough with those wee adjustments on the back of car number 29. Of course, Chris Kurgazu, the president of Riverside Speedway in Invercargill. Been some serious rebuilding on that. You just seen Phil Johnson there just close that gap, and the whole body shell of Adam Stewart's car just shook. Anton decorating sponsor machine, car number 46, of course Andrew from Woodford Glen Speedway in Christchurch, and of course Steve Dryden, Jaden Cron on the back row of the grid here. Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. Heat number 2 of 6 here, set to go to war. Campbell pretty keen to get off the line, Palmer on the inside. Gillies takes a massive hit on the main straight as they head down to turns 1 and 2, of course running that anti-clockwise direction. Big contact on the back straight, but everybody seems to have got through. Cars all over the place here at the moment. Just trying to work their way out very, very hard to see some of these race numbers over on that back straight. But it's Campbell who leads this one here. Schumacher, he's managed to get himself up into second place. Mitch Lavender, car number 555 there as well. Red light comes on. And we've got a car over down here in turn number 4. So Schumacher, he's been a big mover in this one here. He's managed to get right up there, put pressure on Campbell with Lavender. He's certainly come through the pack as well. Just seen Steve Dryden down on that corner there as well. His head was going up and down. I don't know whether he's nodding off. It is past Steve's bedtime. So Brian Nicolau, I believe, car number 77. Just got into the back of Bradley, just enough in that corner to unsettle him and send him over. In fact, Nicolau was airborne himself coming out of that corner as well. So set for a restart here. Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. And looks to be Mitch Lavender, car 555 on the main straight now, who leads this one here. Schumacher giving chase. Just looks like we may have lost the 1NZ as well. It looks like Finch parked up down there on the infield, so just trying to get a clear view of that number. But Finch may be out of this one as well. Palmer goes into the wall hard. Matt Stewart manages to sneak on through. Bit of a battle happening between a couple of cars down there, between 1 and 2 also. But it's still Mitch Lavender, car 555, who leads this one here. Comes onto the main straight. Being chased by the 3NZ of Steve Soper. Soper looking racy at the moment. Schumacher tucks in behind him. There's first, second and third. Heading off down the back straight. Setting the pace at the moment. Campbell not too far off the pace of these guys as well. Then we've got Gillies, Musgrove, Stewart, Jenkins, Turner and McHarrison. That's your top 10 here at the moment. Oh, there's all sorts of things going on down here out of turn 2. And Mitch Lavender looks like he's involved in that one there. So that's the race leader. Tangled up down there. So through comes McHarrison. Soper now takes over the race lead. Lavender falling down the order as we go red once more. So the Ewan Allen side by side heading on down there to turn number 1. Debris on the track. So Lavender was the car out in front, car number 555, but he took a bit of a belting down there in turn number 2. Certainly a little bit more spice in race number 2 of the Gillies Contracting. In fact, Lavender got tangled up in an incident that was happening with some backmarkers. Adam Stewart and I think it was Clinton Finch were battling it out down there. Lavender come around the corner and made contact. So we go green for the second time in the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. Car number 3, which is Soper, out of Nelson, leads this one here. Set sail down the back straight. Schumacher chasing in second place. Then we go back to Gillies, Musgrove, Lavender. Here we trying to work his way back through the field after that incident. Soper looking fast. Powers out of turn number 2. Schumacher giving chase. Remember, Schumacher pretty much driving solo at the moment. His teammate didn't start this race, so he needs to bag as many points as he can. Big contact on the main straight. Dryden. Campbell gets into the back of him. Matt Stewart's got a front row seat of all the action. He gives Campbell a bit of a shove wide. Picks himself up another couple of spots in that lap. Through comes McCarty. White flag out. Schumacher trying to upset Soper. Soper comes out of 2 nice and clean. They head down the inside of Shane McCarty. 2 corners to go for the race leader. Your 3NZ gets home ahead of Schumacher in second place. Pretty sure car number 9, Ryan Musgrove, is your car that got home in third place. He had a good finish in race number 1 a little bit earlier on. He got second in that one and a solid third in this one here. Jake Barr just facing the wrong way down there in turn number 4 as well. But certainly plenty of pace in that one there. Bit of a rollover from Brent Bradley. A very, very entertaining race too. And it goes the way of Steve Soper. The 3NZ takes this one here out ahead of Corey Schumacher in second place. Third was Ryan Musgrove. Mitch Lavender got himself back up to fourth after leading early. Mike Jones in fifth, Cody McCarris in sixth, Max Stewart in seventh, Kerry Campbell eighth, Ben Turner ninth, and Braden Adams rounding up your top 10. Ben Turner fastest man on track with a 20.037. Not that you're going to make any massive lap times out there in that traffic. Clint Gillies home in 11th, Jaden Cron 12th, Clay Marshall 13th, Dwayne Kennett in 14th, Ben Jenkins in 15th, Cody Finch in 16th, Sean Andrews 17th, Phil Johnson 18th, Brian Nicolau 19th, Scott Palmer in 20th. Shane McCarty 21st, Steve Dryden 22nd, Caleb Marshall in 23rd, Brian Shaw in 24th, Clinton Fitch 25th, Jake Barr 26th, Adam Stewart 27th, and of course Alan Finch, Brent Bradley, Chris Illingworth, they were all parked up down on the infield throughout that race, as was Bailey Gillam. Heat number 2, folks, the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, and it's a win to your 3NZ, Steve Soper. Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
Are you looking for new tyres for your car? At Mag & Turbo, we stock and fit original specification tyres for every brand of vehicle, including Range Rover, Toyota, Mazda and Porsche. We're also the preferred tyre supplier for many of Christchurch's leading vehicle dealerships, and we pride ourselves on having the very latest fitting equipment and a team of staff with the best knowledge in the tyre industry. So if you're looking for new tyres for your family car, sports car or four-wheel drive, then get down to the number 1 Mag & Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
Mag & Turbo Warehouse.
Saloon's out on track for their third and final race of the evening. Been some great battles, and good to see car number 21, Calvin Todd, are back out on track after that little bit of a pirouette, a wee bit easier on, I think that's the word they say. But it's Travis Smith, car number 8, the ARB Dunedin sponsored machine, off to an absolute flyer here. Mark Dobson now with a big look up the inside of Finley. He's in second place. Aaron Andrews giving chase. Then we go back to Todd. They come into turns 1 and 2. Mark Newell trying to find his way through the pack here now as well. He's got Darren McLeod on his outside and Eddie Edwards just in behind him. Then we go back to the 74 car of Andrew Hutton. But your runaway race leader, Travis Smith, comes on through. Andrews now with a big move up the inside of Mark Dobson. They set sail the 2 Hypermax down the back straight. Certainly a great sight. Of course, the New Zealand Saloon Championship being held right here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway next season. So we should see some great Saloon racing between now and then. Fastest lap of the race, 17.396 to Aaron Andrews. He's trying to chase down that runaway leader. 2 race wins so far tonight for Andrews. Mark Newell looking pretty racy as well. He's starting to chase down Mark Dobson, car 51 and 96. In fact, Newell's just smashed out the fastest lap of a 17.332. Had a wee bit of clear air to help him out, and he's managed to get right up behind Mark Dobson in the 51 machine. Really starting to tighten up here at the top end of town with Smith leading. Here comes Newell with a big look down the inside. In fact, Newell's looped it down there in turn number 3, so that'll take the pressure off Dobson in the 51 machine. I'd imagine we're going to see the yellow unless Mark Newell can get that car fired up, which he can't. So Newell tried with a big look down the inside of Dobson. Couldn't get it done. And just cooked it down there in turn number 3.
Just while we've got a break in the program there, Daryl, I've got Steve Soper, the winner of the last Battle of the Streetstocks deal. Steve, 3NZ, mate, fantastic run. Happy?
Yep, definitely happy. You know, doesn't really matter where you are on the track though, and the positions there, she's still very busy.
You must be pretty bloody stoked, to be fair, after Wellington. Your sign rider will be even more stoked. Didn't have to do any work, eh?
Yep, yeah, absolutely, mate. We had a pretty clear run, but yeah, season's not over yet, so we've got a few races to go.
It's amazing though, isn't it? I remember a couple of years ago they all came, the North Islands came to Dunedin and took all the titles back, and then of course you guys went up there and brought all the titles back to the south again. So uncanny really, isn't it, considering what, 70 plus North Islanders?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah, it was bloody Invercargill. I think the old North Islanders took it back, but yeah, Dunedin here, they Dunedin boys really took it to them there and got 1, 2 and 3, but yeah, it's pretty bloody good from the whole South Island, actually putting in a good effort to get up there and alone, and then yeah, taking numbers away was also real good.
And of course this deal must be pretty damn good for you as well, especially sort of kind of ending towards the last part of the season and stuff. You rate this meeting? Is it one of your favourites?
Yeah, this is my second time here, actually, first time in this car, so yeah, yep, I'll tell you at the end of the meeting how I rate it, eh?
Good as gold. Obviously, the higher up you go, the higher you rate it, don't you?
Absolutely, mate. Yep, the better you go, the better you like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what's the track like? Is it holding up out there?
Yeah, there's a couple of lines there. Yeah, you don't want to be sitting in the middle of the track going into the corner there, but yeah, I mean, yeah, the old saying is it's the same for everyone, isn't it? So.
Oh, well, as long as you're having fun. Sponsors, mate?
Yeah, I got sponsors here. You know, we got Mando's Flooring, bloody DJ Cartage for fuel. You know, those guys are probably my major two helping me out. We got Richmond Radio and Exhaust there. They're major, thanks to them. We've got Bateman Motorsport, you know, and just everyone else behind the scenes. The guys that are not on the car as well, you know, but I appreciate everything everyone does for us.
You've done a lot of miles this year, Nelson, mate's where you live. It's quite a bit of a hike. I drove from there the other day back to Invercargill with 13 and a half hours, and my arse still hasn't recovered.
Yeah, no, she is a long way. I guess it's sort of good that when we're going to the North Island, it's not too far away, although the ferry's there. But yeah, it's what Speedway's about, isn't it? Buddy, driving around the country for 10 minutes of racing.
Absolutely. Hey, well, well done on that heat win, mate. We might come and see you again a couple of times, obviously, throughout the meeting, huh?
Cool, mate. Thanks very much.
Talking to ferries, what are you up to, Daryl?
I was wondering if that one would slip past you, but obviously not.
You can't slip past anything past me, mate. I think it's pick on Daryl day today, for sure, you know. But I've got to get it out of my system now because we've got to be very professional tomorrow, Daryl, because obviously we're all here for one deal, and that's the I Am Hope. And, you know, like, obviously we're going to be plugging that, especially tomorrow. We've got Mike King here, all the celebrities, and good to go. But we're going to go racing. Daryl, back up to you, bud.
Absolutely. So a restart in this one here. Travis Smith, that gap between himself and Aaron Andrews completely gone at the restart. Mark Dobson in third place. Brodie Finlay in fourth. He gets past that lap car of Andrew Hutton. Edwards sneaks down the inside as well. Darren McLeod's right there. Mark Newell trying to find his way back through in this one here. Of course, he had that spin right in that corner that we see him go through at the moment. Here comes Andrews now with a big look down the inside of Travis Smith, and you're wasting no time at all. He's up to fifth place. Travis Smith Can he get the overlap down there in turns 3 and 4? Andrews gets through. Smith drops back to second. Then we go back to Dobson. Finley and Yule, they're side by side. Then Edwards, McLeod. Then Knox and Hutton. White flag comes out. One more lap to run here. Dobson starting to close the gap now as well on both Smith and Andrews. Smith with one last chance to try and sneak past Andrews. He gets past him, but he hits those bumps coming out of turn number 3 and 4. And it's going to be Andrews who takes this one here out. Smith in second place. Then Mark Dobson, his third time in the top 3 here tonight. But it's 3 race wins from 3 race starts from Aaron Andrews. Had to fight for that one there. Smith had a big lead. If it hadn't been for that caution, Smith more than likely would have had that one there in the bag. So in fact it was Andrews that took it out. Smith in second place. Then we go back to Mark Dobson, Brodie Finley, Eddie Edwards, Darren McLeod in 6th, Calvin Todd in 7th, Mark Yule in 8th, and Andrew Hutton rounding up the pack. Fastest man on track, no surprise there. A 17.332 for Mark Newell. He was certainly trying to fight his way through the pack.
I've just got some replays happening. I've got going to catch up with Ryan Musgrove, who is the 9N car from Nelson, who's had a bloody good run so far. We'll just wait for these replays. 20 seconds to go, and of course Ryan's had a second in the last race and a third in the first race. It's a pretty good deal, but unfortunately he's teamed up with, well, not unfortunately, but whether you want to call it, Jacob Campbell, the 94D. He's had a horror run so far, and so Ryan's having to do it all by himself. But now we're just going to flick over. Here we go. So Ryan, mate, well done. That's a pretty good start to the meeting so far, hey?
Yep, no, I'm definitely not complaining about that. So, no, happy as. Just try and keep it going is the main thing for now.
Absolutely, and of course, your car likes this Beachlands circuit, obviously.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Like, normally it goes good at home and rubbish anywhere else, but tonight, I don't know what's going on, but she's going for it.
You don't care what's going on as long as it keeps going, eh?
Yep, as long as the wheels turn, that's all that worries me.
So what sort of car is this? It's a wagon, but what is it?
Just a Ford Barra Falcon station wagon, so same as the other guys, but just a hard diff in the back and just takes a bit more of a punishment normally.
Have you been to this meeting before?
Yep, a couple of years ago, didn't come last year. But I've been, this is the 3rd time now, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Oh, Nelson Streetstocks, I mean, we couldn't get 3 to rub together, in the last years leading up to this, assault probably over the last 2 or 3 years. There's always been a top car on the podium, and I mean, obviously the class is pretty strong in Nelson.
Yep, no, we've definitely come a long way in the last few years. So, no, we're all happy with where we're sitting, and a couple of numbers, it's really starting to show now, so, yeah, we're stoked as.
Well, you got a small number, just the wrong number.
Yeah, but I don't like that publicity as much, so she's good.
Well, we just gave you some really bad publicity because everybody now knows you're right up there on the points probably, but give us a big shout out to your sponsors. Who looks after you, mate?
Massive thanks to Lift and Shift, it's helped out a lot, McNaughton Shape and Cut for the fuel helping, and myself, Muzz Motorsport, for taking myself around the country and the kids, and Richmond Radiator and Exhaust as well.
All right, mate. Well, hey, best of luck. We won't draw too much more attention to you. We need to get your old mate over there up on the old podium somewhere along the line too, don't we?
Yep, indeed. That's it.
You've got Benji beside you too. He's done stuff all this year too. What's going on, mate?
Retired now, Jace.
Oh yeah. I think the last time I seen you got snotted in a stock car in Huntley, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the last memory. Yeah.
It's the only memory probably for the last couple of years. Though. It's a pretty hard hit.
Yeah. No, we'll be back next season, eh?
And what, stock car or?
Stock car and street stocks.
Right, Daryl needs to talk, so we'll let him go. And best of luck, and good to see you. We'll be looking forward to seeing you back on track.
Yeah, mate. Cheers, guys.
So classic street stocks out on track, and of course a couple of classic street stock drivers down there, the old Coos and of course Benji Smale. So car number 71, Alistair Finch leading this one here. Graham McKernan in behind him. We have had that confirmed. That is Graham McKernan behind the wheel of car number 71. Then we go back, of course, to Russell Stewart. He's driving hard at the moment. Cuff in 4th place. Then we go back to Zane Tahuta, car number 73. So pretty close battle out there at the moment. Race number 3 for the Classic Street Stocks here at the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Street Stocks. Of course, being classics and pretty much a demonstration grade, they do not run a MyLaps transponder, so hence the reason we don't have lap times popping up for these cars. A lot of these drivers only get to pull these cars out of the garage once, maybe twice a season. Of course, they love getting them out and stretching the legs on them, which is exactly what Alistair Finch is doing at the moment. Car number 71 leads them around turns 3 and 4. The Cabot Otago sponsored machine. Cabot's sponsorship down the side of it. Then Graham McKernan being chased at the moment. So Cuff's managed to pick up another spot here. He's managed to get past Russell Stewart. Stewart under pressure at the moment from Zane Tahuta. Tahuta up the inside of Russell Stewart in the 661. They're side by side as they come onto the main straight. Stewart right out against the wall. So Cuff trying to put as much pressure as he can on Graham McKernan. Car 69 out of Beachlands Speedway. You see them just sitting on the outside of those few ruts down there in 3 and 4. Didn't seem to worry Tahuta, he went straight through them. Still the 71 machine. No change up front whatsoever. Thought Cuff might have got onto McKernan by now, but McKernan still managing to hold on to that second spot. Sitting about mid-track, down there between 3 and 4. St. Tahuta, he's having an absolute ball down there in car 37. He loops it though this time around, so backs down to the infield. He'll be trying to fire that back up to get back out on track. Manages to do so. So the old HQ Holden back out on track. Pulls out just in front of the race leader, which is Finch. White flag is out. One more lap to run here for the Classic Street Stocks. Around turns 3 and 4. Lammermoor Station corner. We see Tahuta power out of there. But of course, he's the man at the back of the pack. 71 Finch takes this one here out. That's Alistair Finch in second place. We see Graham McKernan, car number 69, and Cuff in car number 19, home in third. So the Cabot Otago, car number 71, takes out the third race of the night for Classic Street Stocks. Of course, we'll see them back here again tomorrow night, cutting some laps. Coming up next, 12 laps of action for the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons. Coming out on track here next at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway.
Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Don't let me go.
For the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons, man, they've had some great racing over their first couple of heats. Been some great battles, in particular between the 49 of Caden Race and, of course, the 36 of Max Kemp. Man, have they battled it out here tonight. And, of course, both occasions, Caden Race has managed to take the black and white checker flag. What's going to unfold in this one here? Of course, both those cars buried down the pack a little bit further than they were last time out. So leading them around at the moment, we've got Lycan Cuff, car number 38, leads them around. He's got 8 heads on his outside. The 21 of Jasmine Todd on the second row of the grid. Looks like the 59, Kai Green there as well. Of course, seeing him going on the tow truck a wee bit earlier on, so good to see that car back out on track. Caitlin Bennett, car number 65. 51 out there, that is Brodie Holly. Holly with Kiddo on his outside. Constable car number 24. Caden Race on his outside. Then we see Max Kemp, Joshua Richardson. Man, he was quick in heat number 2. Should get a start this time around. The lights are out. Still looks a little bit disjointed down the back of the pack. There we go, Green. Aidan Heads gets off to a nice start here. Kyan Green and Kiddo, they battle it out into turns 1 and 2. They go either side. They try to go either side of Heads. Kiddo can't get through, so he ducks to the inside. Fast start there by Caden Race. Car number 49, the Deborah's Nothing But Dirt sponsored machine out of Riverside Speedway. He's right up there at the moment. Richardson, a little bit of Morse code on the back of Cuff, trying to find his way through. Kemp's right there as well. But your runaway leader at the moment, Kyan Green. They go round the outside of Stewart. Caden Race had to duck down onto the infield, so he lost a lot of ground, and having to do that, that was to avoid any sort of contact with that lap car. So it's Kyan Race. Then we go back to Kiddo. Kemp. Kyan Green, I should say, sorry. Caden Race. He's in 4th place. Green leads him down into turns 1 and 2. The Paul McDonald earth moving corner. Kiddo still trying to work his way through here at the moment. Max Kemp, fastest car on track with a 23.09. They go around the outside of Stewart. Riley Whip comes past the control tower at the moment. Young Riley will be the next car in the queue for these race leaders to get to. Kyan Green stretching the legs. Couple of car lengths over both Kiddo and Kemp. Both those cars very, very fast on the entry to 3. They go down the outside of Whip. Caden Race trying to catch on to the back of those race leaders. Then we go back to Richardson, Robinson, Holly there in car number 51. Constable, he's about to be swamped now as well. He's down there with Kemp trying to sneak around him. They manage to clear Constable. This is a great battle down here by these young drivers. Attacking Green. Green though, cool as a cucumber. Down into 1 and 2. Kemp trying to sneak up the inside. Thought he almost gave him a bit of an unsettling nudge there. Kiddo just won't go away in this one here. He's had an absolute torrid season with mechanical dramas. But that car of his absolutely flying here tonight. Caden Race, couple of car lengths back from the race leaders. He's about to be involved in this battle. Then we go back to Richardson. Nicolau gives the leaders a little bit of space. Max Kemp to the front of this one here as we go yellow. So a rear bumper parked up down there in turn number 3. Just trying to have a wee look around the track just to see who was parked up or where someone was parked up. So we're looking for a car with no bumper on it. Kyan Green leads them around turns 3 and 4. Kiddo in second, Kemp in third as we go racing. Down into turns 1 and 2. Caden Race trying to get the nose up the inside. Watch for Kemp. He's managed to get past Kiddo. He's going to try and make a move down here. There's a lap car there in the form of Stewart. He has to go down under the pole line to get past. So certainly cut that momentum back and it allows Kiddo to have another attack on the outside. Races there, so's Richardson. It's a 5-car battle, but only one car can win this one here. Heat number 3 of the Youth Saloons here tonight. And it's Kyan Green, Max Kemp, Caden Race, Kiddo, Richardson not too far off the pace. Down the back straight we go. Kemp now gets to the lead of this one here. Race trying to sneak his nose up the inside of Green. They go to the outside of Stewart. They're on the main straight. Caden Race has come from nowhere. He was in 3rd place in that corner, and he's now snatched the lead of this one here with 1 lap to go. Can he make it 3 from 3? Absolutely sensational driving if he can get the job done here, because man, he has had some competition here tonight, and he takes it out. Race comes home in 1st place. Max Kemp in 2nd. I think Kiddo will wait for the official results to come up. Kiddo may well have gone home in 3rd place. Young Kyan Green led the entire race until the last couple of laps there. But what a drive the Youth Saloons take about. Some fantastic driving out there tonight. In fact, Kiddo did take that 3rd place. So your race order, Caden Race takes this one here out over Max Kemp. Noah Kiddo in 3rd. Kyan Green settles for 4th. Josh Richardson in 5th place with Lockie Robertson in 6th. Brody Holly in 7th. Crew Soper in 8th. Isaiah Stretton in 9th. And Lykencuff rounding up your top 10. Well, stick around, folks. Coming up in just a moment, stock cars on the dummy grid set for their 3rd race of the evening. Welcome back, Custom Signs, Beachlands Speedway, just the 2 cars out on track for the 3rd stock car race of the night. Stephen Thompson, car number 655, and Paul Simon, car number 77, set to do battle, just the 2 cars. Hopefully they put on a little bit of entertainment there for us. Race winners tonight so far, Paul Simon, he won 1, and Stephen Thompson won 1 as well, so bit of a stalemate at the moment as Simon gives Thompson the big flick, the big don't answer down here on the main straight. So Thompson now, he's just going to sit around and wait on Simon to come around. So a little bit of cat and mouse on this one, I would imagine. So down the back straight once more. But a cat and mouse down the back straight there. Thompson trying to send Simon out towards the wall. Of course, Simon, it's not his first rodeo. He certainly played this game before with some big guns. So Thompson trying to direct Simon out towards the wall. Simon gets into him hard in the back. So it looks like the right rear of Johnson's car may actually have a flat tyre, so he may get told to possibly head infield anyway. It looked pretty soft when it come past. We'll wait and see. Here comes Simon. Powers down the main straight. Thompson sits and waits between 1 and 2. Here comes Simon. Goes directly into the back of Thompson. Spins him on the main straight. Thompson gets going once more. So Thompson waits once more down into turns 3 and 4. Simon comes around. He's going to go directly into the back of him, just like he has every other time. He'll set him up, and I reckon he'll fire him out of the wall again. There we go. Look at that. He actually went the other direction that time. I thought he was going to flick him towards the wall, but no, flicked him down infield. I don't know whether Thompson's had enough of being flicked around, but he's parked up down there on the infield car number 655. He's decided to call it a day out there, so Paul Simon doing some demonstration laps now, you might say, chance to stretch the legs. Of course, it was only a couple of seasons ago we would have had 20 odd stock cars lined up on the grid here. White flag comes out. Of course, pretty tough out there at the moment as far as running speedway cars go and travelling around and all those sorts of things. So a few people sitting the season out. But Paul Simon it is who is going to come through and take out stock car race number 3. Takes this one here out with ease. Of course, folks, this weekend it's all about I Am Hope here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Don't forget tomorrow the last 3 races, of course, of the Battle of the Streetstocks, the celebrity race as well. And as I mentioned, all about I Am Hope. So if you would like to support the charity, and please do, folks, if you're sitting at home watching the live stream, the crew have just put the QR code up on the screen. Wander over, shoot your camera at it, and give $3 donation straight to that cause. Or if you are sitting here in the arena tonight, get the old cell phone out, text 469 for an instant $3 donation. It's not a whole lot of money, but it could be the difference for someone else out there. So once again, absolutely amazing job that the team here are doing for I Am Hope. We'll take a quick break, folks, and looks like Production Saloons will be on track next.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. It's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
motorsport is in your blood, then Speedway Garage Palmerston North and Wanganui is your home away from home. From Speedway trivia nights, car reveals and good dirt track banter, along with great food that has our famous steaks, roast of the day and classic pub meals, Speedway Garage is the place to be. We look forward to hosting you at one of our 2 locations, 528 Main Street Palmerston North or 45 Anzac Parade Wanganui. Don't forget to check out the Pits TV Garden Bar. See you at the finish line.
Welcome back to Custom Signs, Beachlands Speedway production saloons out on track. Just the 3 cars. I did look out there and noticed a lot of cars parked on trailers, so this is just a bit of a bonus race for the production saloons, brought to you by Ray White in Balclutha. Niall Brooklyn out on track, car number 55, the Subway Balclutha sponsored machine. Brian Wilson, car number 7. And it looks like we got Mike Holly, car number 26, also out on track. Still to come, race number 3 of the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks, coming up very, very shortly, folks. 12 laps of action there. In the meantime, though, production saloons stretching their legs here. A bit of a bonus race for them. As I say, just the 3 cars in this one here. Niall Brooklyn on the outside, Mike Holly on the inside, side by side, coming out of turn number 2. Then we go back to Brian Wilson. Good to see Niall Brooklyn getting a decent run here tonight. Of course, he's had a bit of a torrid season as well. A few dramas with that car, but he told me he changed a heap of bits on it here last meeting, and he doesn't know he changed that many bits. He doesn't know what the issue was, but it seemed to work for him. So Brooklyn leads. Mike Holly in second place. Brooklyn looking pretty racy out there at the moment. 22.18, fastest lap of the race to Niall Brooklyn. Handy lead at the moment over Mike Holly. Brooklyn's just improving that lap time, a 19.998, so a pretty respectable lap time. When you think back the other production saloon races that were here, they were doing sort of low 20s. Late 19s, so everywhere just as quick as what they were then. So Holly just bouncing in around turns 3 and 4. Brian Wilson, the wee Mazda 323, of course he's well down on power, but man, he loves his racing, this guy. Been a part of the club for a number of years, so great to see that he comes out, just gets around the place, does his thing. Through comes Brooklyn once more. Of course, if you're in the Balclutha area and you need a bit of paint slapped on your car, Niall Brooklyn's a man to see. Colour car painters here in Balclutha. Around turns 3 and 4 once more. As I mentioned before, bit of a bonus race for the production saloons, once again, just given the street stocks a little bit more time to get their cars ready to get back out on track. Bit of damage sustained in that second heat. Just give them every opportunity to get those cars sorted and back out. So Brooklyn, still your race leader, really starting to pull away now from Mike Holly. Couple of laps to run in this one here. Bonus race, 4th race. 4 production saloons tonight. Of course, they had that big 30-lapper. There'll be a few tired drivers after that one there. Brian Wilson just up ahead of the race leader, which is Niall Brooklyn, comes on through. The white flag comes out for Niall Brooklyn. 1 more to run. The man they call the Joker. Led from the outset in this one here. Wilson right down on the pole line as he heads down the back straight. Mike Holly just running himself into a bit of trouble there as well. Manages to get back on track. But it's going to be Niall Brooklyn who'll take this one here out with ease. Mike Holly still holding second place, so long as he doesn't loop it like he did just a moment ago. He will come home in that second spot. Manages to do so. So that is the fourth race of the evening for Production Saloons done and dusted. Streetstocks are lining up on the dummy grid, folks. We are not too far away from the start in race number 3.
My lungs, and if my mind worked backwards for a minute,
Alrighty, race fans, we roll into race number 3 of the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks, front row of the grid. We're going to see car number 18 and 43, that's Finch and Illingsworth, line up from the front row of the grid. Crine and Dryden start from the second row of the grid. Row 3, we see Finch and Bradley, of course, that car that rolled over. Is he back out on track? Yes, as a matter of fact, he is. The fourth row, Braden Adams, car number 475, and Sean Andrew, car number 46. Position 9 and 10, we see Matt Stewart and Soper, the 3NZ, line up side by side. Nicolau, car number 77, and Phil Johnson start from 11 and 12. P13 and 14, we see the 417 of Gillies and Turner. We see Adam Stewart, car number 634, line up from grid position 15 alongside Finch and car number 26. Next row back, we have Shane McCarty line up with Dwayne Kennett, car number 29 and 23. Position 19 and 20 on the grid, we've got Marshall and McCarrison. Lavender and Barr make up position 21 and 22, while Marshall, car number 97, and Jones, car number 29, take up position 23 and 24. Position 25, we have Gillum and Schumacher. And then we go back to Campbell and Musgrove, car number 9 out of Nelson. Palmer, car number 315, in position 29 alongside Campbell, car number 11. And position 31-32, we have Jenkins, car number 345, and Shaw, car number 28. So it looks like car number 46, which of course is Sean Andrew, just parked up there just beside the pit gates. I'm not sure whether he's going to be calling for the 3-minute bell. Of course, everyone is lined up in their grid positions, or starting to work their way into their grid positions in that anti-clockwise direction. Pit gate's still not closed, still waiting on another car to come out at the moment, which is one of the Christchurch cars. Just looking for a number on the side of that, car number 28 by the looks of it. In fact, from Nelson, so that's the car that was replaced, Brian Shaw. So he's out on track. And of course it's Sean Andrew, the car down here that we're sort of keeping an eye on at the moment. Suck It Up sponsored machine. Of course, 3 more races tomorrow night for the Gillies Contracting Battle of the Streetstocks. It's going to be interesting to see the points wash up on this one here after night 1. Gates have been shut. Stevens and Clements, the sponsors of the pit gates here.
Behind 23C, please.
So the grid have been
5 and 732, 555, 732.
told to do another lap. Of course, folks, tomorrow night here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, 4 p.m. start. So don't go rocking up at 5 because you would have missed a couple of races by that stage. So a 4 p.m. start time here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Of course, if you are grabbing yourself a live stream from the Pits TV, do remember that slightly earlier start time. Good to see Jacob Campbell, the Muppet, back out on track as well. Of course, chance for him to add some points. He missed that one race. A chance for him to add some points to the tally. So just keep an eye on Sean Andrew here. Looks like he's
33I, 92D.
Just going to go round here and join the rest of the field. In fact, no, it looks like he has called for the 3-minute bell.
475, 46.
Parks up in front
3NZ 828.
of the pit gate. We can see his crew just lined up down there as well. They're ready to rip on out here and go to work. So it looks like the 3 minutes has started. So taking in some great images, which of course I get the benefit of seeing up here with the screen, which you folks out there in the track won't see. So they're working away on the inside there, and you can see Sean just working away on belts and moving things around, and it's almost like...
Side 475, Braden, I need 46. Braden's partner,
Not sure what they're doing. One of the crew leaning in behind, trying to drag something out of there, but...
28 and 3NZ behind Braden Adams, please.
So it looks like they've sorted that. There's still 2 minutes, couple of minutes to run of that 3-minute bell.
1 minute has gone on the 3-minute bell.
Seven 96I behind Matt Stewart.
So Sean Andrew will go and take his place in the grid.
Three NZ beside 828, please. Johnson, if you could come up beside your partner, please.
So it looked like an adjustment on the belts there for Sean Andrews. So good that he got them attended to and didn't just roll out there and think, oh, well, I'll just ignore that one there and keep on going. Of course, the safety gear these guys use, absolutely crucial. So especially some of the nudges these cars have been taking here tonight so far. Brent Bradley, of course, good to see him back out on track, car number 232. Of course, he had that rollover courtesy of Brian Nicolau in race number 2. Look at the course just working his way up the field. Shane McCarty just being told to tighten up the gap.
C, I need a gap in front of you. 27C, I need a gap in front of you.
Of course, don't forget here tomorrow night, folks, the Celebrity Challenge. We've got the likes of Neil Broom, Case Muse, Marty Banks, Nasi Manu, a couple of local radio stars here as well. Sean Wetherall from I Am Hope, Mike King, all going to be on track here. 15 laps of action in that Celebrity Challenge, all part of the
27C, you need to go in front of
I Am Hope
732.
charity. I reckon I'll be good for about 4 or 5 laps in that before I start sucking in the big ones. Be a bit puffed, I reckon. Told my wife when I got asked to do it that I was going to get out and start walking and get the cardio up a wee bit and just try and get a little bit better, but she said to me last weekend, when's that race? I said, next weekend. She said, you haven't moved off the couch since you're asked. So could be a struggle, but we'll see how we go. And then, of course, I'll back it up with a bit of commentary after that. So should be a fun. If I survive, absolutely. Absolutely. Defibrillators on standby. Set for a race start. Gillies Contracting, race 3, a battle of the street stocks here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Great sound as they rip on past the control tower here. Oh, there's big contact down there in turns 1 and 2. There's a massive pile up down there at the moment. Resembles the warehouse car park on Christmas Eve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the meeting has been called. We would like to ask everybody to please leave the arena, folks. If you can please leave the arena just in an orderly fashion. The meeting has been called. So, folks, thanks for coming out tonight. It's not the way, obviously, that we want to end the meeting tonight.
What I want, but it ends with you.